What's up, everybody? Apparently, I didn't get the memo. We're not showing our faces tonight. So apparently, it's just me showing my face. So, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the show. A plus, man. How's your day going, man?
Brother, man. Thank you for the invite, and man, like I told you backstage, man, just trying to recover a little bit, but it's good, bro. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, appreciate you hopping on, man. Like normally this is what we do, kind of go around saying, "Hey, what's up to everybody," and kind of see how their day was going and whatnot. So, this guy apparently is late, so
I
he's getting married for sure.
I literally only have 15 minutes, so just a heads up.
Oh God! Do you want to tell everybody what you're doing tonight?
I'm having a birthday cake.
Yeah. Birthday cake. A cake, you mean?
Sorry.
Thanks for hopping on CMP in the 15 minutes that you have left. Matt, what's up, man? Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
Not too bad. This is the no face episode where nobody shows their faces.
What's the guy from DC that has a mask on with the no one? What is?
I don't know. What that is.
Mask. The question, right? It's a question. Anyway, yeah. No, I'm just on the road, man. Enjoying the show, man.
Got you.
So appreciate you having me, man. What's good, Steve? And A plus. What's up, man?
Everyone's on no camera mode, so it's kind of hard.
Hey, what's up, Matt? What's up,
Yeah.
man? Sorry, I had to take it off.
Not much, buddy.
Hey, what's
That's
up?
all right. That's all right.
How you guys doing?
D3, man, what's up? How are you doing? You here? I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, fella? I'm just dealing with my son a little bit, so I'll be there in a second.
All right.
Jarhead, I
appreciate
feel left
you
out,
hopping.
so I'm gonna have to let you go.
Well, I'm not going to be the only one without
Bro, this is I like this.
Can you imagine?
Welcome to Custom Produced, everybody. the no face show where we don't show our faces, we just talk. Real fast, I'm gonna say, hey, what's up to the chats? Carl, what's up?
What's up, Carl?
Nice guy. He's here. Ledge, how's it going? Cylon, how's it going? Let's see here. Gotham, how's it going? And A plus is playing in the chat too. Mad scientist, man. You didn't get the memo. You're not supposed to be showing your face today.
Yeah, you're not supposed to show your face, so.
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Oh, he's on.
Can't hear you.
Let me see. There it goes.
What a rookie.
Yeah, is that a gamer headset? That's what a gamer he is.
Look in your settings, maybe.
No, I can hear him.
Is it working now?
Yep, you're good.
What the heck is going on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I think when it goes red, he goes on mute. So, true gamer would know that. Yeah,
we heard you for a second. I don't know what's going on now.
I think he has this camera on. That's why. But his mic is red. I don't know if you could hear us, but we'll follow back after this announcement or something. I think when you moved it up and down, the little headset part, it was good. I think you have to go all the way down. Pause.
The professionalism on this show is outstanding, guys.
Isn't Wednesday's the best day of the week? I heard.
It was. I think it's getting demoted tonight. So We got CMP trying to hurry us up because he's got 15 minutes before the cake shows up, and then we've got nobody
Uber.
on stream. So, but yeah, tonight's show, we're gonna be talking about the statue that just came out that has been making a lot of waves in the community. Darksided on Throne. I think Vision did a really good unboxing of it. Was it last week? And people are starting to get it more in hand. And
Just
we're just gonna talk about.
Jarhead's mic his internet keeps going out, and I blame there's no super chats, so send some super chats. I can see you now. You're moving now. Yeah, you were stuck for a minute.
Weird, because it's showing good on my side, so that's weird.
Steve's got a master control.
Maybe it's me. Maybe.
But yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight. Kind of how I want to talk about it, though, is because the statue made such an impact on the community already, and people are loving it. I just kind of wanted to talk about did they shoot themselves in the foot, right, for coming out the gate swinging like that? Like, everybody's saying that it's an amazing statue, and I've heard people in other groups say that they're kind of screwed up because they're never going to be able to reproduce a project to that point again. So that's kind of what we're talking about tonight. Just kind of talking about this group made a really, really great statue their first time out the gate. So you want to try your mic, Mad Scientist?
What's good, guys?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
we can hear
working? All right, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I think maybe you guys were right that there was a conflict between my webcam and my headphones there. So I'm
There
just
you go.
using the headphones and then the webcam. So
Gotcha. Well, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you hopping on. First time on the show. How's your day been going? This is kind of what we do. We kind of say hi and see how our day has been going and talk about that first. But how's your day been?
it's been good, man. It's been good. I was outside playing with the kids for a bit before I came up. Ate some grub and then hopped on the show. You guys probably know me as Astro.
Gotcha.
That's the screen that I log in with most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Astro? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I only know one Astro, and he's in the game.
And he's a little darker complected.
Yeah. Nah, I'm Alex. What's good, guys?
Well,
What's
nice
up,
to
man?
meet you, man.
Nice to meet y'all too.
All right.
What's up, D3?
What's
Now we
up?
can see you.
I'm here. Yeah.
But you guys heard basically what we're talking about tonight, right? We're gonna just talk about the Darksided on Throne that came out recently, and the fact that I've heard kind of rumblings in the groups that have already been talking about they're never gonna be able to top it. This is their first statue, and it was so good that they're not gonna be able to lightning's not gonna strike twice, right? They're not gonna be able to reproduce the same thing. So what do you guys think about that? Like D3, what do you think about people saying that are already it's an amazing statue, right? Like we can all say that if it was a licensed piece, it would probably be one of the top contenders, statue of the year. What do you think about a company first time out the gate making a statue that everybody loves like that? Like, do you think it's they can reproduce that same lightning in a bottle, I guess?
Well, every company is different, but if it's okay, I'd like to, considering that I have, insider knowledge about this company, or this group, I'd rather, defer to somebody who, has a less information and see, what they think. If that's okay.
Less information, you say? Steve.
It's a banger.
Well, first of all, what do you think about a statue as somebody that doesn't have a lot of customs in their collection, right? So obviously you haven't seen it in person, but you've seen a lot of pictures of it so far. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a live unboxing of it, and I think next week we're going to do another live unboxing of it again.
On Tuesday?
People are, no, Wednesday. I think people are going to get tired of the statue, but I mean, I think it's an amazing statue. You know, and I've talked about it before, but it's a great statue. What do you think about it, Steve?
You know when they say like shoot for the moon, like this statue, you know, it landed on the moon, but you're saying, are they able to come back and go back?
Yeah, are they able to make it back to the moon?
Yeah. I love it, man. Like if it's your first piece, you want to put like a mediocre piece out there, or like a questionable piece, or like one piece that you don't interact with like your customers, like customs do, right?
Yeah.
Like they add pieces, even to the last minute they added pieces and like repainted or something. What I hear, like communication.
Customer service was off the chain for doing that. Like, you know, a group that just adds stuff out of the blue and no one really asked for it, right? Just like the commissioner thought, you know, this is how he can make the statue better. I mean, you don't hear groups doing that, you know.
Yeah, but you know, you always talk about it, like, you know, that warm fuzzy feeling, whatever you say. It gives a lot of collectors that, for the most part. I think all the dark side reviews and the live unboxings and all that stuff, just, you know, perfection. People like liking it more than a lot of licensed stuff out there. Even when like someone posted a Superman Hush recently, like, you know, it got some likes, but the dark side, like everybody's like, where do I get this? Like, how do I get this? And you know, it's the talk of the town. That's what you want initially. Like,
yeah, I mean,
sure.
Come on.
I agree. I think that they came out of the gate strong. I've also got some kind of insider knowledge. I think, you know, a fair amount of us probably do, but knowing the commissioner, like, they're not gonna slack off, and they're only gonna improve on what they've already done. You know, like that's my prediction. I mean, you can't have like every single piece sell, you know, 50 or more like Darkseid did, but like, I mean, I know, like, I'm sure a lot of us know some of the things that they have coming up, and there's a lot to be excited about for sure. And as far as Darkseid on Throne pieces go, like, this is one that I think people are going to be hunting down for quite a while. If somebody wants a Darkseid on Throne, this is probably going to be the first one that they seek out.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was crazy though, it's like it was people waiting till it came out. Now everybody wants to hunt it down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It took a year for the statue, or however long it took, right? For it to come out, and now that people are seeing it in hand, and now people want to try and get it, right? So it's kind of tough when you have a smaller ES like that. Like, you have not as many like in the licensed community. You have, you know, a couple hundred that you could probably, you know, track down, or it's a lot easier. But when you only have, you know, I don't know how many were made of that statue, but I think it was less than 100. So it's harder to get a hold of, and people don't realize that. Like, you know, a lot of people that are wanting to track the statue down, you know, this is like their first custom piece that they want, and they don't realize that, you know, a lot of times, you know, there'll be one or two that come up available at the end, but it's going to be hard to try and track this statue down after the fact. So
Yeah.
And I think it's got such reverence already that it's just going to go up in value, I think. Already. So
Yeah, I agree.
But it's the first piece, like you said initially. Like, it makes people worry, right? Like, they know, I'm sure, something about the commissioner, but collectors are also taking that risk, like with this new project. You know, a little bit, you know, partial to that because, you know, or the whole thing about, you know, people being worried about it. It's kind of tough.
Yeah,
I get it. And the community is in a weird space right now, right? Like, all these licensed companies are, you know, falling apart, you know, and, you know, I get where people are coming from, where they don't want to necessarily trust the custom stuff, but as far as us goes, like I try to steer people in the direction of a reputable group, right? I'm not gonna ever set anybody up or try to set anybody up to where you necessarily have to worry about that kind of stuff. So but anyways, what about you, mad scientist? What do you think about the statue? Do you have it coming or no?
I do not have this one coming, but I've got like 3 or 4 DC pieces. I used to do like Hot Toys. That was where I first started collecting. And then I think, fair enough. Yeah. Well, I realized that like I was never going to get any of the comic accurate X-Men that I wanted. So I started, like, my first piece was the Sideshow maquette that Martin Canali did, I think. The one where he's on the Sentinel hand. And so my first custom was the Mac Cyclops by Andre Yamaguchi.
Okay.
The Todd Father hooked me up with that. But yeah, I mean, it's I think that, like I said, I think that people are going to be chasing this one down for a while, just like the Wolverine versus Wendigo piece from that Pereira did. I think this one's going to stand the test of time for sure.
I for one think the statue is the best Darkseid statue out right now. I think the Prime one, it smashes the Prime one, I think. I think we did a comparison a while back about it, but I think it's a really great statue. Even if you take the custom bias out, right? Like I think it's an amazing statue. I think it'll hold up to any kind of licensed statue out there. I'll say if it was a licensed piece, it would be in the top, running for statue of the year. So
100. Yeah.
Absolutely. What about you, A+? What do you think? You still here?
Yeah, no, I agree with the CMP, man. We're in a time where, dude, we see so many new commissioners coming in, right? And I think what's happening, like I was telling Dwayne, is like you got a lot of the guys. Think of it like basketball, right? You got a lot of the original commissioners, like the Bill Russells of the world, the Wilt Chamberlains, the Kareems. They actually put in the work to allow us to be where we're at, right? Or the custom people to be where they're at. So I feel like what happened along the way was there was a lot of new guys coming in, taking the glory, getting their like 100 sales, 80 sales, and then they would do like 2 to 3 projects and they would bail, right? So I think what's happening is a lot of the people that have been doing this for a while are feeling a certain way, like, hey man, these guys have earned their rep. They've been there. They've been doing this for 10 years. And you keep seeing like rinse, cycle, repeat. Like somebody comes in, they do a couple pieces, scam somebody and leave. So it's a lot of that's happening with the new commissioners. And that's where we can understand as a community, right? That that's why there's that feeling where only buy from who's reputable, who's been established. I feel like eventually the way to offset that is when you come in, maybe have a team of people instead of just one person, right? Instead of having one person commissioning, maybe have a group of people that are known in the hobby. And this way, it's not just like if something happens, everybody can kind of help remedy that situation. So there's 2 stories, man. Like I get it because it's a risk, bro. It's a risk, and it's, I don't understand what's happening, even in the license or custom, bro. Both worlds are. Right now we're in a really, dude, the economy's bad, cost of living's going up, everything's going up, and then on top of that, people are getting scammed. I feel bad for collectors right now. Hopefully it can kind of turn around, with some consistency. I think that'll help a lot.
Yeah. Matt, you got this statue coming in, right?
I don't think so.
he actually does. He's one of the people that are going to be unboxing the statue on the show.
But, snap! Oh, spoilers! I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got a. I think next week he's going to try and do it on the show. So,
the mad scientist needs to step it up. Just if you want to, invite for the next show.
Real fast, I'll just see what the chat's saying. Ledge says that's how it always goes. People get something in hand and they see some good pics or video, then more start to want it. That's why you should PO lower ES stuff before it's too late. I agree. The custom community is a little bit different. The custom world's different where sometimes there'll be a statue at the end that nobody somebody will drop the project, or somebody will not pay for the shipping, or last minute they'll ghost the commissioner or whatever. So there are always generally like one or two available at the end, but it's rare that it's going to be more than that. So if you guys see a statue out there that you want in the custom world, it's like one of those things where you probably should hop on it right away instead of waiting. It's different than a license. License stuff you more or less are able to wait. What do you think about that, D3, about the waiting and the
So I think you got to take it by case scenario. There's a lot of different factors that for me determine whether I'm going to wait to purchase a piece or PO it. From ES to the number one factor is, I don't want to say number one, but one of the highest factors to me is the hype surrounding the piece, right? And in combination with how good it is. So if I know a piece is a knockout the park piece, and I'm seeing everybody paying a lot of attention to it, and I'm seeing all those ins and everybody saying, hey, I have this on PO, it puts in my mind, okay, this is probably something that's not going to be around long, especially around long to PO, especially if there's a low ES, right? So it's a case-by-case scenario, like I said. Every project is different, and it also depends on how much I like it personally. It also depends on my finances at the time. It depends on my connections to the group. Like there's a specific group where the commissioner generally looks out for me, and he holds a piece for me, and I don't have to really pay until the end to start shipping. So there's different factors based on the relationships, and I think it's different for everybody. There's no blanket answer for the community as far as whether you should PO a piece or not. It's really based on the individual and their circumstances. So I can't really give a direct answer. I don't PO much nowadays. Number one, I'm trying to cut back. I don't have a lot of space. I'm trying to stop spending so much money. But if there's so for example, like this Dark Side, originally I didn't PO it. I thought it was amazing from the first time I saw it, but I don't collect DC and I don't collect throne pieces. So I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna go against what I usually do and PO it. But at a certain point during the production timeline, it clicked to me like, hey, this is one of them ones. This is one of those statues where, regardless of what your parameters for collecting are, this is gonna be one of those pieces I regret if I don't get it, because I thought it was that damn good. Especially, I spoke to A+ and told him like there was some point during production where I saw some picture or something that just put me over the top. It was like, you know what? I need this. I know it's huge. I know it's DC. I know it's a throne, but I love it so much, and I feel like it's gonna be a complete banger. So
aren't you the anti-throne guy?
Exactly. I'm the anti-throne guy. I don't like thrones.
I'm gonna head out, you guys. Have a good one.
All right,
later, bro. Enjoy your cake.
See ya.
So I decided to jump on it, and I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the final product now, and I'm so excited and so happy I did. So
you got this coming in too? I didn't know you had it coming.
PO in the beginning. If I see indicators along the line that show me, okay, maybe I need to PO this piece, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I may change my mind. There's just really no direct answer I have, but this is one of those pieces. If it's something that you feel is high quality, high value, it's not going to be around long. People are going to be clamoring for it after it comes out. Prices are probably going to skyrocket out, especially for a price that the price of this specific project, right? I mean, this is way undervalued as far as its retail price. We already know that if a licensed company was to do a project like this, it'll probably be at least $2,500. Even if other custom groups did this project, it will probably be at least close to $2,000, at least.
Yeah.
So I felt like even if I were to pursue it after it would already shipped, I'm going to be paying more than what it costs retail. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, there's no real direct answer as far as whether I'm going to PO or not. I know for one thing, though, I don't PO licensed pieces right now because I just feel like, at this point, the market's just very saturated. There's just always opportunity to purchase them. And I feel like that's going to change. I feel like the pendulum is swinging back to the other side. And with lower ESs coming out and these companies trying to offer more incentives to PO. So I think there's still a little bit more time, but still currently I don't think it's necessary to PO licensed pieces. But custom is it's a little bit more of a gray area. There's a lot more factors you have to consider. At least for me personally, I'm not going to speak for anyone else. But this dark side was one of those that kind of like, yeah, I need to get on this because I don't want to wait till it's too late and people are charging $3,000 for it and it's a huge piece, 4 boxes. You're paying $1,000 for shipping.
Well, so look at when Vision was doing that unboxing, right?
As far as the whether the studio was going to live up to the expectations and the standards set by this first project, the people running the studio are aware of it, right? It's not like the people who behind this project are unaware of the standard that they're setting for themselves. They're very much aware of it, and I think more so than any other collector out there or fans of this piece, they want to meet this standard more than anybody else because they want to continue to grow their reputation. So I think and I think that's with anything, right? With anybody who does something great from the beginning, they want to continue that greatness. So I think that's a very important concept to keep in mind. Like the people behind the great things that happen, they want to keep it going, and they're going to try most of the times they're going to try their hardest to do this. So and then of course, as I said earlier, I have insider knowledge, and I've seen the plethora of projects that are in queue for this studio, and I've seen the scope work, I've seen blocking phases, I see the vision, and I for one am very confident that they will maintain that standard and continue to actually elevate it. So but I understand that people will have questions about that because the custom community is very ebb and flowish. You have some of the best groups out there that have pieces that don't measure up to some of the things they did in the past. So it's hard to maintain a high level, a high standard for a consistent period of time, right? I mean, just ask LeBron, right? He's been doing it for 20, 22, 23 years, so but
he's been falling over he's been falling over for a long time.
I think you also have to give room in the beginning. Like this piece is still shipping. You only have a handful of people that have actually received it and shown it, right? I think it's important to enjoy the moment. Let the moment live and enjoy it for what it is. Of course, those questions are going to be there, but I don't think that's the first thing that should be, coming to people's minds. Like, it's like, I see it for what it is, and I just want to live in it and enjoy it. I see Visions of boxing, and I see Battle Cat. Kenneth is going to get it, and everybody's so excited, and it's creating a lot of great positive energy in the community during a time when people are so worried about scammers and there's so much regular mediocre work being pumped out. This is a great thing for the community, and I think it's something that we should all come together and just kind of enjoy while it's happening. And give it I spoke to A+ earlier, and it's like, imagine while Jalen Brunson is accepting his MVP trophy after the finals, and somebody asks him while he's holding the trophy, hey, do you think you're going to be able to do this again next year? It's like, you know what, let me just live in this moment right now. I'm not even thinking about that. So I do think it's a little premature to start asking that question, right? Like, at least let more people get it in, enjoy it, and just kind of let the moment live.
The thing is, right? People
kind of my
people
take
can't.
on that. I know some people might disagree, but I also do think, and of course, this show was just this episode of the show was just a reaction to people who are asking those questions. It's not like this show is one of those agents that are presenting it. But I feel like there is an element of people asking that question because there may be some negative feelings underlying. You know, I'm not gonna say that's for sure, but there is a hint of some type of negativity trying to steal the moment, right? But that comes hand in hand with success. Whenever somebody does something great or successful, there's gonna be, you know, a small pocket of people who are like, I bet they can't do that again though, or, you know, well, you know what, that's not that great, or like, you know what I'm saying? So that's actually a sign that you're actually doing something good, or that you actually succeeded. So, you know, it comes with the territory, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's one of those things though, like a lot of people in the community are accustomed to the negativity, right?
I can't hear you, Jarhead.
Yeah, we know you can't hear me.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Hold on, I'm gonna come out.
I'm not the only one whose mic fucked up on him.
Well, I think the Streamlabs does that though. I think Streamlabs mutes people or does some kind of thing to people's microphones, something like if somebody backs out or comes in, it mutes somebody or people can't hear each other. So they had to fix that. But I wanted to say, man, like the community a lot of times is like always waiting for that other shoe to drop. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, something great comes out or somebody does something good or whatever, but it seems like everybody's just waiting for the negativity. What's up, D3?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you responding after I finished speaking. Would you mind just kind of going over what you said in response? Sorry about that.
No, like I was kind of talking like the whole time you were talking.
Oh shit! Damn, I don't know, man.
You were rolling, dude. You were just like looking off and just kind of like, you know, like
so,
you were in
it. My bad.
So Streamlabs, I think, is doing some kind of weird thing where people leave or whatever, and it drops the audio for somebody like every time. So if somebody leaves or if somebody whatever, it drops somebody else's audio for some reason. Either drops their audio or you can't hear them or whatever. So that person has to drop out and then come back in. So,
so did y'all hear everything I said, or I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, we heard. We already did.
Cool.
But kind of what I was saying though is like the community, man, is always kind of, it seems like waiting for the negative, like the other shoe to drop, right? Like it's all kind of like negativity, man. Like we're so ingrained that in something bad has got to happen or something that we sometimes can't celebrate, like an amazing piece of art. Like this statue is a great statue, and I think people, as soon as the statue came out, was already kind of saying, well, they're not going to be able to top that. You know, it's like you said, it's like just enjoy the statue, just enjoy everybody else's enjoyment of the statue. You know, like I don't collect Darkseid statues or a lot of DC stuff, so it's not for me. But I can still appreciate the art and the hard work that went into the statue. Right, I can still appreciate how beautiful it is. Like I can still appreciate all that. So I think a lot of times we as a community forget that, you know, just to celebrate, you know, when somebody else gets something that they love in, you know, and we quickly go to the negativity. So
I agree. You know what I want to say too, that we're talking a lot about Darkseid, but you know, there's a lot of other bangers that have come out, like that Spider-Woman, and there's a couple others. The one that was just shown, the Jean Grey. And the Emma. So like I think a lot of the newer guys coming in are really doing really great stuff, and it's going to be hard for anybody to live up to that, to continue that trend, right? So I think it's not just Darkseid. I think it's like across the board. We're seeing all the groups elevate, right? They're seeing all this new stuff coming out, and everybody's raising their game. So I really feel it's a good time to be in customs, and I think everybody should just be positive and buy what they love. If you don't like something, move on. But I think we should just support people that, like you said, Jarhead, like you always say, what's the one thing you always say? Do your research, talk to you and D3. Go to you guys. Hey, are these guys good? You know, and just do your homework. Yeah. If these people have been in the hobby for a while, you know, they're going to be around here for a lot longer. So I do feel like we should just buy what we love and just support great artwork. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
I will say I have noticed an uptake in people messaging me about statues. Like in the last few months, like I'm always pretty much getting like, 3 to 5 different messages a day of people looking for a statue or whatever. So I think that the custom stuff is getting more popular as the license stuff is kind of waning. It's kind of having its issues, and I think a lot of people are seeing a lot more customs out there. And I'm not going to try to be a big head about it, but this show helps kind of get the word out of these customs, right? That's kind of why I started this show in the first place, was trying to just kind of show people what's out there, give people options, and kind of share just the other aspect of the collecting world, right? Like just kind of and trying to, like, before it was all negative about customs. That's all you ever heard was customs are horrible, they're more expensive, and all this stuff all the time, constantly about customs, man. And I was like, man, that's not the experience that I have with the customs. So that's kind of why I started this channel to begin with. Me and D had talked about it, and we're like, man, that's not our experience with the custom stuff. We kind of wanted to kind of spread the message or get the word out. It's not necessarily like that, and by all means, man, if you're interested in something, hit me up or D3 or one of the guys in the chats and ask us about the group. Or I'm gonna mute you, Matt, because you're making a lot of noise over there.
Do you, Jarhead, do you think that you guys having a platform like you do, you and D3, that does really push other commissioners to elevate their work? Because, like, hey, you guys are putting not really your name on it per se, right? But you guys are promoting in a sense. So I feel like that kind of makes people want to kind of, hey, let's make sure we come through with this stuff. Let's make sure we deliver. Let's make sure we do things right.
I mean, I don't know if the commissioners really care about necessarily our show per se. It's not like, I don't have thousands of subscribers or nothing like that. But like I said, I started this show to get the word out there and try to just get people to see the other side of the collecting community, because all there was negativity about customs. Like when I first started collecting, and that was my first statue I ever collected, was a custom. And I just saw it differently. I still see it differently. There's a lot of healthy competition. There's a lot of healthy things in the custom community that people don't talk about. I know people want to talk about the negative stuff all the time, but there is positive stuff out there. So
yeah, I think all of the I'm sorry, D3.
No, go
saying
ahead.
That the I think that there's been just enough like bad experiences for other people where they've ran off with people's money and not made good on their end, that it's bred a lot of skepticism, like in general. And you still have like your people that are like super loyal to certain groups and super loyal to their friends, and like there's a certain element to collecting where, like, after a while you might have like one of your favorite groups and one of your favorite sculptors, and so you'll get, like, because it's that group or because it's this sculptor, you're more inclined to get it. And some of that is reputational, and then some of it also, I think, can just be like, I mean, I don't want to call it like blind loyalty, but just kind of like loyalty to a brand. I see a lot of that. And I think that the skepticism is where, like what you were talking about, where people kind of like hone in on the negative, well, they can't all be hits, or they can't all be this good, or like, I'm just going to wait and see, like, I'm sure not every single one of them is going to be this great, when they arrive, or just whatever the case may be. Some of it might be denial. Some people do that when they have certain pieces and they don't want to admit how good a new piece might be compared to the one that they have. So they like really double down.
Downplay it. Yeah,
downplay it. They double down on like theirs as being like still the best or whatever. And I think that art is so subjective that like the best or a grail to me might be something that's completely different to you,
To your point, I think there is some legitimacy to the fact that nobody can be great all the time, right? Even if you look at the top custom groups, the best ones that have put out the most bangers over however many years, they've had flops. There are going to be times when the project is not going to measure up to that group's norm, right? But that's not to say that, okay, that group has fallen off and they no longer have it, even though that can happen as well. But I also, I want it to be understood that you're allowed to mess up everybody has a bad day, right? But I think what people more so are looking for is a certain level of consistency. Even if you have a bad day, you bounce back and okay, maybe the next project is another banger, and the next project is another bang, and the next is another bang, and then you might have another bad day, but I don't think people should be sitting around and waiting for that bad day to say, they can't measure up anymore to what they used to do. I think that's the wrong way to judge it. You got to have some level of understanding that, hey, nobody is going to bat 100% at anything, no matter how great you are, so you got to give room for that to happen. And, now if you had 3, 4, 5, 6 bad days in a row, then it's like, okay, and that becomes your norm. Now it's like, okay, this group made something's wrong here. Somebody's falling off. Somebody's not doing what they got to do, and they're dropping the ball. So,
I will say though that before sorry to cut you off, but real fast, I will say though, seeing the statue, right? Even if before they come out with another statue or however many statues they end up coming out with, you can see what this group is capable of doing. The ideas that they come up with, the way they do business, the way the stride to try and do better. Like the whole time they were developing this project, you can see them. Okay, this wasn't good. I'm gonna go like the paint, right? That was a big thing with the paint was I'm gonna have them redo the paint because I don't like it. It's not good enough, right? Those kind of things show you, the love that the commissioner has for the project and things that they're willing to do to make the project better, right? So look at those things when you see a commissioner or somebody doing a project like this and say, man, that's great that they're doing that, and that shows you what this group is capable of and how much they care. So, sorry, Matt, were you saying something, Matt?
Real quick, A plus, then fire off. A couple things. Sorry, I was cutting in and out, man. I was going through a mountain or something like that. But just to piggyback off the first question was, I think the group is pretty much setting us a good standard, which is great, not just customs but for licensed pieces as well. I think again, like everybody said, they're showing what they're capable of, and I think the bar is just going to continue to keep going. And everything that's been happening so far has been way above par. So kudos to the group and everything else. I wouldn't say flops. I would say certain pieces and groups just aren't as stunning as as another piece that came out. You know what I mean? They just are pretty much a standard piece or a safe piece to come out, and they're not such a banger as as the previous piece that came out, which is kind of normal, right? Not every single piece you say is going to come out, it's going to be a banger. But no, I mean, I think that everything's like everybody said, this group's is doing a fantastic job, and I think they're looking forward to a whole lot of different stuff coming out.
Gotcha.
Plus, sorry, man.
No, you good, bro? No, I was actually going to address. I will buy it, man. Said that that license are basically like they have to get approval and stuff, and that customs have more freedom, right? So I think there's a little bit of a misconception with that, because you guys got to remember that number one, licensed studios, they can create a website, they can market outside so they can get more ES. They have deeper pockets because they have an established company, so they can hire better sculptors, concept artists. So really, at the end of the day, it offsets that the custom groups can take more liberties, but they don't have as much pull and as much visibility due to being unlicensed, right? So we always have to remember, though, that's actually a fact. That's not like, so I see a lot of people saying, well, this, but there's pros and cons for each side. One side has advantages, the other side has advantages. At the end of the day, all we care about is good artwork, right?
The product.
Right. We can look at a piece and say, hey, we know they love this piece. They put a lot of love into it. Or like there's certain pieces that any custom group has done recently where maybe that was not necessary. You could tell they didn't put as much attention to detail into that, right? So that goes for both. I just wanted to kind of address that. But yeah, I agree with Matt and all you guys. I just think that it's hard to nobody's going to do home runs every time. I mean, it's just as long as you do your best and people just buy what they love, I think the hobby will be in a better place.
Yeah. Real fast. So there, in coinciding with this release of the statue, there was some drama at the tail end of it, right? And I kind of want to talk about it. I kind of wanted to talk about it to he's ruining my train of thought. To talk about it just to clarify some things. The ES, right? People, the commissioner when it was after it was produced, right? Came out with a statement saying, okay, we have X amount of APs, right? And people didn't like that, right? What did you guys think of the situation? And kind of give your kind of ideas of what the situation was and how you saw it.
So for me personally, I mean, I saw that exchange, I guess let's call it, and it was, I mean, yeah, like the person who was coming in really, really hot, and the commissioner.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about like the situation with.
Oh yeah.
The idea behind it, and why the AP thing happened and all that stuff. So
the way I understood it after like looking into it and everything, they course corrected and said like actually the number is this, we said it like this long ago, and like it could just be, it just got kind of like buried in the noise because it was part of a comment thread. But I do understand I guess kind of like the terse reaction that people that might not have realized that it was there might have had initially, only because some of them might be old enough to remember when like RCB was just doing like endless APs of Doom on Throne, and
really?
that burned them.
And the Magneto was one of the ones that was the worst.
Yep. And so I think that left a really bad taste in people's mouths. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it because it was stated at the beginning, like it might not have been like as visible, but it was there.
Yeah. I think people like that weren't in the group and the issue that caused, because, they saw it a certain way. Well, as the commissioner saying, okay, there's this many APs and he's just now announcing that. But in fact, it was announced when the project first kicked off, right? That was one of the things that announced in the ES. It's not like the AP just came up. It was already announced previously, but when that message came out, it kind of got misconstrued as, okay, the APs are coming out now that the project's doing so well. And I think people saw that and they thought that's what they thought. It was okay, now the project's doing well and people are wanting it, so let's make more. That's what people are seeing, right?
Well, let me tell you the actual how that went. So basically,
I'm sorry, A plus. Really quick before you continue. Sorry to interrupt. I know me and you spoke about this prior to the show,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
would you want to just basically kind of like reveal, who you are in reference to this project, and just
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
I don't care. I don't care. People know I'm the commissioner. So what?
So just so people who don't know have a little bit more understanding and know that know the position.
Mic drop.
There's other commissioners that do the same thing. They reveal themselves. Nobody has a problem, right? I think it's just the number one thing I want to say is I'm very respectful to the licensed studios, and I know them very well. I know Ann Adams. I know Jay Sia. I know all these guys, and we're very cordial. And it's more of a respecting, right? If you respect the licensed studios, I think that is an important factor because they allow us to do what we do.
To function freely, yeah.
Absolutely. And even when that stupid thread that somebody put versus Prime 1, I'm like, why would you do that? Because that is so disrespectful to those guys when they need to make money. That's they have overhead. They have artists and concept artists, and they have people to pay, right? You can't. I know Jarhead, you're going to say he kind of ignited that, but I just don't feel that we should crush the licensed companies to lift.
It's not about that, right? Like at the end of the day, how I see things, and we were just saying it earlier, like the art speaks for itself, right? People think that I have a bias towards customs, I custom this, custom that. People hear, like, there's certain people out there that I know that, I will never talk bad about customs or whatever, but that's not true. If it's a good statue, if it's great art, I'm always going to say I like it or I don't like it or whatever. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's licensed or custom. That's just the way I feel about things. And like when I do these comparisons, right? Like I don't do it, out of hate or spite or anything like that. I do it out of because it's a fun thing to do, right?
Jarhead, I'm sorry, Jarhead. I think you're misunderstanding what he was referring to. I know what he was referring to, which I wouldn't call it stupid. A+, I do think just kind of retract that statement, but to kind of keep it respectful. But I think he was referring to some as far as the post that was made and comparing the custom dark side to the Prime 1. But I don't think he wasn't talking about any comparisons you were making, Jarhead. He wasn't referring to.
No, I'm talking about the Prime. The Prime 1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying when.
Okay, gotcha.
When I do comparisons or like any kind of comparisons like that, like it shouldn't be done out of spite or hate or anything like that. It's not. That's not what I want. That's not what I want out of this channel. I don't hate on a licensed company because they're licensed. It's not that. It's like it's just whatever I think or guys in the channel thinks is better art, right?
Yes.
Whether it's licensed or custom or whatever, it don't matter, man.
But here's the thing. I think people that are not buying shouldn't chime in and start creating negative atmospheres. And let's say I put it out there, hey, we're adding, because I'm going to tell you what happened. There was so many ES, right? But only so many paid on time. So there's the remaining people that still had to pay their unit off. That was the second batch. People didn't know that. So whenever
which I'm a part of.
Right. That was the second batch, the remaining people, not the whole ES. So there was still the remaining people left. Then the factory said, nah, man, we don't want to add anymore because they had raised the price and we absorbed that. So then I'm like, man, forget the 8.
Which people don't hear that side of the story, right? Yes. They don't hear.
Yes, and they should ask before they assume. So whenever the factory said, yeah, we'll go ahead and do it, that was the announcement. However, like D3 said, make sure when you announce stuff, you announce it properly. That was your bad.
And that's what I was gonna say as well. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was gonna say, I wanted there to be some ownership of the fact that there was, some mistakes on first project, new group, first project. There are mistakes made. I think the important thing is how you go about correcting it. As far as how the information was communicated, it did come off kind of confusing, and it gave space for people to make those assumptions. So that is something that can be improved on in the future, as well as the environment that that AP announcement was made in, right? You know, I spoke to A Plus about, you know, things like that should only be announced within the private group itself. It shouldn't be announced in other, you know, other more public groups like Custom Produced.
Yeah,
you know, because that then gives room for people who aren't even involved at all to kind of develop their own, you know, assumptions and say things when they haven't even, you know, they haven't been privy to the information from the beginning. So, you know, once again, it's how you handle and correct yourself with these situations.
Absolutely.
People make mistakes. Nobody's maliciously trying to, you know, get one over on the community or being greedy. You know, it's just, you know, but once you correct yourself, you know, that correction should be respected as long as you honor that word. You know, and I feel like that was what was done, you know.
Yeah, it's like publishing a retraction for a newspaper, you know.
Exactly. And, you know, as A Plus, you know, revealed that he is the commissioner behind that project, I'm also going to let it be known that I do work with him as well. And I'll let it be known I'm not a yes man. He'll let you know I don't just follow behind everything he says. And, you know, I provide insight and, you know, whatever, you know, consultation, and you know, correction that I can see. But he is the artist and the visionary behind everything. You know, these concepts and the art is coming from his mind. But you know, he does a lot of work. I have firsthand knowledge of, you know, the multiple 10-hour, 12-hour nights he's putting in, you know, working on the art. So sometimes the logistics of it, you know, kind of fall behind because it's like he's doing so much on that end that, you know, sometimes he may like to, you know, just to be transparent, he forgot that he made that message about, you know, initially in the beginning about the APs, you know.
Yeah,
so
I did forget. And William reminded me of,
exactly. So it's like, you know, these are just, you know, small mistakes that, you know, as long as they're corrected and they're acknowledged, you know, and we can move past it easily. It's not something to harp on and hold people's feet to the fire to, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, guys, look, it's not a big deal, but I do take it a certain way when there's certain people that constantly go after license companies, and it's like always like they're always the ones that are interjecting themselves into a negative situation.
You mean custom companies?
And no, I'm saying just certain people, certain collectors in chat.
No, I'm saying you said go after license companies.
Yeah, they go, you know, they go after PCS, and but it's like a
okay, gotcha.
It's like a relentless attack. You know, it's like you can voice your opinion and your frustrations, but not to a point where you're just attacking them. And if people don't agree with you, you start calling people names. It's like that's what's ruining the hobby. Like, I just want to get away from that. I know this whole conversation went left field, but I just want to get away from that. And let's two things that I would say: we should always respect licensed companies 100%. We should support them, because if any of these guys fail, man, like, none of us are here, right? So the licensed companies need our support 100%. And then two, just buy good artwork, and then also make sure that the people you're buying from, that, you know, they've been in the hobby, right? Alex has been here, Angela's been here, everybody knows her. Like, make sure the people because I see a lot of these cool statues popping up, and there's like names that I've never heard of. That's where I think we should kind of stay away from, right? I don't know if you guys agree with that. But that's kind of, you know.
So kind of what me and D3 do is kind of, so there, of course, there's been talk about, you know, we shouldn't be saying a group is reputable, right? That was like a big thing a while back that we had to address too. You know, when I see a group constantly producing and showing that they are able to get the statue in collectors' hands and to a certain degree and standard, like, I'm going to say that group is reputable, like, because that's just my experience and what I see being in the custom community so much. I'm seeing that group is giving, you know, the customers what they ordered, you know. So until I see differently, then that proves to me that group is reputable. The groups that are just springing up that haven't really done very much, you know, we even put on there, you know, first project or whatever, you know, we don't necessarily put reputable right away. And that's kind of something that we do, so that way people know that the group is good to go. And I wouldn't say necessarily putting our stamp of approval on it, but it's like, hey, bro, trust us, saying that group has produced multiple statues that they got in people's hands. That's what we're saying, and we're not saying that they are perfect, that they're not 100%.
Right.
It's not. We're not saying that, but all we're saying is that group is reputable, that they've gotten statues in people's hands.
I do.
Yeah, I've never seen you play favorites with anything.
No, yeah,
I try not
and
to.
They never.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, like I think that there's a lot more like connective tissue behind the scenes than a lot of people probably realize. Like the people that are producing statues tend to know each other's names a lot of the time, and the people that are reviewing statues or talking about statues are also very plugged into that situation, because they might know some commissioners and stuff too. So yeah, I think that what you guys do is really good, and I don't think that a group could be new, but like if they're practicing very healthy business habits, like communicating more than they have to, like every update, no matter how small, they get like whether it's like a picture of silicone molds sitting there drying, and you're just like, there's polystone resin in here curing, it's a pretty underwhelming picture, but it's still like every single time something happens, the customers are the first people to know it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about the customs, man, is the information that gets put out to us. It ain't like licensed companies where every so often you might hear something or whatever. Like most of the custom groups that I point you in the direction of, that I buy from, are amazing about getting what they're doing, how they're doing it, and when they're doing it out to people. Like I love that. That's my favorite part of being in the custom community is, the commissioners, that the really good ones will say, okay, this is the next phase that we're doing. This is what we're doing next. Yada, yada, yada. It's like step by step by step, and saying, hey, this is what we're doing. You don't get that a lot in the custom community or licensed community. And once in a blue moon, but
to be fair, I think for a custom group to be successful, it's almost necessary to do that, because there is this stigma that since you're dealing with an underground community, that your money is less secure, right? So I think that over communication is a way to kind of like fight against that mindset, right? It's like, hey, I'm over communicating because I know that there's some skepticism here, as opposed to a licensed company, people just trust them more because they're quote unquote, not quote unquote, but they're legit, right? They're licensed, they have, everything is like a regular company. You don't feel like you're gonna get scammed, even though it's possible, but they don't have to fight against that stigma. So, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't over communicate. It would be great for licensed companies to over communicate as well, just out of courtesy to collectors, right? Especially seeing that now there's a lot of licensed companies that are just dropping like flies as well. But custom companies, they have an obligation to kind of do that, because they have to fight against a tougher stigma.
Right.
Speaking of, there's several people in the chat right now talking about Supercraft. Supercraft, they came out of nowhere, right? And a lot of people said, okay, a lot of people had them on their shows or talked about them and this and that, right? And vouched for them, but they didn't produce anything, right? So it's kind of one of those things where, even in the licensed community, stuff like this happens, right? Like there's a lot of people saying Supercraft, they haven't even produced anything yet, and where are they?
Or what about Sweeterhead? I know they're trying to resolve some stuff, but they kind of held people's money for it. Let me tell you guys something. I do want to give a shout out. I'm not just saying this, but like Legendary Beasts, how come more people?
Oh man, they're a perfect example.
They don't follow their formula. Like, dude, they are operating like a custom group. And
well, I will say Jay, that's where he comes from. Jay is a custom commissioner.
And you know what they should do? They should pay Jay Sia. Hey Jay, pay me to show you to show me your business model. Like they would be totally successful if they just look at what he's doing. He's engaging. There's nothing hidden. There's no like, I'm gonna hold your money for 10 years. Like, I think that is such a thing that people need right now from the
hobby. He took that mindset from being in the custom community and doing customs, and he applied it to how he does business in a licensed world.
Right.
You know, and people.
Big shout out to Jay, man. He's amazing.
And everybody in every show always says how great Jay is, right? How you know forward he is, how nice he is, how he comes on the shows. He's responsive. Like people will message him and he'll write you back. Like it's not like a normal president out there of a company, right? He's right. He's engaged with the community all the time and in a good way.
So, he's the opposite of Johnny from P1.
He's a prime example of how the custom world is. Like the good commissioners, right? The good community part of it.
But also credit to Sideshow because we've seen the changes they've made as far as being more engaging with the community, and putting and Anthony Mestis going out there and being a voice for Sideshow and being on these shows and giving insider information. Also, I'm sorry, who's their lead sculptor? I forgot. Daniel Bell. He's been on shows as well. So credit to Sideshow because they've also pivoted and started to become more open and more communicative as well. So you know, both of those companies deserve some credit.
Shoot, I had Sideshow on this show a couple times.
Oh yeah,
right?
Of course.
Which is crazy when you think about it, right? Like a licensed company came on a custom show. Like
the word custom is in the show. You can't hide it.
Right.
It was. I talked to him at StatueCon. You know, real cool guy. We've talked back and forth lots of times. And man, when a company can do that, like get the information out there and come to the community and say, okay, this is what we got going. I always appreciate that, man. Every time, whether it's licensed company or a custom company, I always love that, man. I always love that.
Do you think companies like XM and Tweeterhead could have used somebody, like hired somebody to really give them
XM, boy?
Well,
XM is a PR nightmare.
Because I just saw somebody said XM used to go on shows before they went rogue. So I always found.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Until they were on their back foot and had to be defensive and everything that they were going live on.
Don't you think that like maybe Ben and what was the other guy's name? They should have been more like.
Ang Sing.
Yeah, they should have been more like. They should have talked to the public a little bit more because I think people are very forgiving as long as you communicate. We got like Dwayne said, we all make mistakes, but what if you could have salvaged that? Like, don't you think they could have liquidated some assets to say, look, we've built XM was one of the best. Like literally,
maybe we don't need our own liquor brand.
Love everything that I've touched of theirs.
Well, you know what the thing is? XM did talk to the community, right? They did that interview with Rad Titan, which a lot of people didn't like. But the issue with that is they didn't stick to their word. And when they didn't stick to their word and people called them out on it, they went silent. So on top of communicating, you need to honor your word. And if you can't honor your word, you explain and you correct yourself.
Yes, that's it right there. Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely strange and sucks to see when that sort of stuff happens. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I felt like I was gonna sneeze, and then I was,
to go off of what D3 was saying, right? There's that saying, right? As a man, I've only got two things. I've got two things, right? My balls and my word.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a firm believer in that.
And a chainsaw for special occasions.
Kind of like what's his name? Brian Wong, right? From ModuCase. I don't know if you guys saw, but somebody posted in A+ that they were frustrated because they hadn't gotten anything in so long. And I actually made a comment. I usually don't. That why don't these companies just communicate? It's like 2 seconds of your day. And he stepped and said, you know what? It's my fault. I'm sorry. Yes, we dropped the ball going forward. And like, that was such a classy response.
Respect that to the.
Dude, I was like, he took it. He's like, dude, I'm gonna fix it. Like, I think more companies should do that, and people would feel they just want to feel like their money's appreciated and you're respecting their hard-earned dollar. That's all people want others to do.
The biggest issues in the license stuff that I've seen is when the presidents of the company come on and be disrespectful to people, right? That was the big thing that I seen in the last couple of years was, you know, I'm not going to name any license companies, but we all know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't have the PR team or the training to come on these shows when they have the tough questions, or they'll bite back at people when they say something against them.
Yep.
That's not your job. That's not your job as a president of a company, man. It's you got to be professional. It's just one of those things, man. Like I don't appreciate when a commissioner or a licensed guy comes out and said, "Oh, fuck what y'all think, y'all stupid." Like,
right.
And there's been several people that have come out and said that. And the course the community don't like that. You know, they don't like being called stupid. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, that kind of stuff. If there's a problem, own up to it and fix it and move on.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I was gonna say was it's also hard when, just like you were saying, like people are they're expecting things to come their way. They've put their money in, and then, you know, the delay after delay. But then, like with XM Studios, like they're holding on to all those people's money and they hadn't shipped things out, but you still see them coming out with like a single batch, like bourbon or something like that, and selling like their own brand of liquor, and you're like, man, you're out of touch.
That was weird. That was very weird.
So yeah, like I mean, just like anything, like the worst thing that any business owner or leader in general is engaged in the negative comment section, because if you do that, you're being reactive and they've already got you. They've already got you, because they're not there to have a discourse. They're there to tear you apart.
Or more specifically, to engage negatively back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people, that's what they want. Like there's a lot of people in the community, that's what they want you to do, is be negative back to them. Why? What's the point? We're collecting like art here. We're collecting statues. What's the point of getting in an argument with somebody? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win the argument anyways, because they're going to walk away from the argument thinking they're right regardless, you know? So what's the point, you know?
So that they can take a screen cap and send it to their friends and be like,
yes,
you know?
That is so true. That is so true.
I don't have time for that shit, bro. I don't, you know, I work too hard. I'm a damn grown ass man. I don't need to, you know, justify my actions or my thoughts to people. But at the same time, I'm the type of person that, you know, you got two things as a man: your balls and your word. So
some don't even have that these days.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to have like a creative discourse or something like that, or
I'm all about it. I'm all about
me, you know, like
having a talk back and forth. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people get heated or have, you know,
they just want to hear it out publicly.
And I'm not for that, bro.
Speaking of bangers and having to follow up, what do you think about this Ghostwriter from PCS? I mean, that piece is tremendous. What do you think about his next piece with that and the Doom? Like, what do you think they're
That's a good question. That's
a similar case here. Yeah.
Except, you know, of course, it's not their first project, but it's like, hey, do we think they can stay on that path?
Because
would be good.
The best piece.
Yeah, that's the first one that I've seen from them in a while that I was like, oh shit. Okay.
The uptick, right, was when the Kucherik brothers, started taking over, because me and D3 had this conversation before a couple weeks ago or whatever about like artists, and we kind of talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago too, about art, like the artists versus like the art directors, right, like the art direction, and what really makes that big of a difference. And you can see in real time PCS improving their art direction because of their art directors, right? Like you can see how amazing their statues did that, like uptake, where like it was a big difference in the way their stuff was coming out. Now, granted, they're still not perfect, but you could see the change right away when the Kucherik brothers got involved. So
the sculpts are there, especially like in some of their new work. The only place that I've seen things that could be like polished up a little more, like didn't they do that Jennifer's Body piece where like the sculpt is on point, and it just goes to show that a paint job can do a lot to a good sculpt.
Yeah. I think though, like their big issue is likenesses, and I think it's until they get like an artist that can do amazing work with likenesses, I think they just need to stay away from it. Like, and and they did that for a while, but then they would come back with one like Jennifer's body. I know a lot of people were like, "What is this?" Like, and it looked like a cake topper, right? It looked like very plasticky and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then they showed something like that Doom and that Ghost Rider, and people are getting that Ghost Rider in hand and they're loving it, right? They had that unboxing of Ghost Rider, and I think Battle Cat got the Ghost Rider too, I believe.
Yeah,
and for a flame effect,
that
lights up. That's very well done.
That's amazing.
It's an amazing statue, and I don't think anybody could take away from how great that statue is. Yes, it's gimmicky with the light up, right? Everybody's it doesn't look as good with the light up, but I think it does look pretty damn good without the light up, even. But so even speaking, going back on topic, this statue, right, has an amazing light up, right? But even without that light up, it still looks great. Yes. Like, I think that the light up just adds to the statue and it elevates the statue to pop more. Like, it just pops with that light.
Well, and you see more customs coming with like a remote control, so like you can dim the lights and maybe maybe like if like PCS, like if the light didn't shine like super bright, or the sideshow piece didn't shine super bright and it was more dim, kind of allowed a soft glow to pop through from beneath the paint, that would look badass. I think the issue comes in when like you've just got kind of like a default light level and it's really bright. I've also seen, like, I had wasn't it PCS that did the Mortal Kombat line for like MK9 and 10 or something like that? They did like a Sub-Zero and
I think a long time ago, I think.
I got that Scorpion and I made the mistake of leaving the light on for a little bit too much or too long. And I came up and I noticed that like the paint over the lava was cracking a little bit just because of the heat, even though it was a minor residual heat.
Gotham is saying the only downfall of the PCS is the paint. So I think it's a lot of their not just the paint, but it's also the way they do the QC. I think they have a lot of QC issues, and maybe they've gotten better now. But I know in the past they've had a lot of QC issues, paint issues, and that kind of stuff. But as long as they can identify that and try and do better about that stuff, the sculpts are there, right? We all know, like, they've gotten a lot of great sculptors to come in. Franco has come in there. He's my favorite. So
Franco's awesome, dude. Franco's awesome.
He's come in and done some amazing work. So as long as they can produce and paint those statues at the same level of the sculptors they got coming in, I think they'll do really, really good.
And Iron Kite was one that Franco did a Lady Deadpool for, and then like their Marvel like stuff just like was gone, like it just disappeared. A bunch of projects got canceled, but he did a really, really nice.
Yeah, that Logan they had coming out.
Yeah, dude, that bust
it had
bad.
I was looking forward to that statue because they had Wolverine's like history in the adamantium like wrapped around it, and it looked so dope.
I was like, man, why'd they have to hit me with that bass though? That was so good.
So JoJo's wanting us to talk about light ups, and is it really that expensive?
No.
You're the person I was going to ask. What do you think about it?
It's more of like, it's not the lighting itself; it's how like the Ghost Rider. There's so many different parts to it that need to be lit up. That's a different story. That might cost a little bit more, but a basic light up does not cost more. I'd say, I hate to spill the beans, but like if you do a light up, it might be $100 maybe maximum per unit. That's maximum. So it's not gonna really, again, it's more of how elaborate the light up's gonna be, not just a light up. Just the light up in itself is not really what's called. Even the Dark Side of Thrones got a pretty elaborate light up feature to it, So
there's got to be an Arduino or some sort of control board in there so that they can sync like that.
Yeah, it's all one. So it's not as hard as you think. I think when there's more pieces involved, then yes. But again, it's not. And even like the when you see these statues cost more money. I'm going to use Ghost Rider again. When you have the engineering, have so many different moving parts that have to click together, have to go here, the big whip. all that stuff, that's when the cost of the unit goes up. When it's the factories always say if this thing is crazy, it's got a lot going on, that's where the cost goes up. So lighting is not necessarily as costly.
I hope they have that statue at StatueCon. I really want to see that statue in person.
Me too.
I think that's a great statue, man.
That's like one of the dude. Honestly, I think I know people like Darkseid, but that Ghost Rider, man, that's got to be the, I'm gonna say it, statue of the year, man. Like I look at it and I'm like, if I walked into a room and I saw both of those next to each other, I'd be like, dude, that Ghost Rider's that's the one.
Hey, so quick question, just kind of shifting back to, can your studio follow up? So the follow-up project is already in production and it's, people already know about it. It's the evil Supergirl, right?
Oh yeah.
So A+, can you speak to, since you're the visionary behind it, what you feel, how you feel the evil Supergirl will measure up to the Darkseid as far as quality and paint, sculpt, and all of the above, since that is a follow-up project.
But one thing I want to say is something that everybody should know: no matter how good you are, you need a team behind you. So it's very important to give your studio, your guys, your even the collectors, right? Collectors like Jarhead has given me a lot of pointers. He's like, maybe this, maybe that. You have even Alex has. So those are very important points to mention, that it takes everybody to get something done, right? And I'm not just saying that. I really mean that. But I think that Supergirl, she is so different with that light up from the crystals that are going to pulsate. And the crystals are painted so you see the frost inside the crystals. So when I say you haven't seen anything like it, this is something like crazy. And the electroplating on her suit makes it look like real metal. Glass eyes light up. The hair, the portraits are being sent to a pro painter right now, so he's actually going to send that back to the factory. You'll see an elevated level of paint on the portraits. Like it's going to be like hyper realistic on the portraits in here. So when I say this is going to be every bit as good, maybe better in some people's minds because of the crystals and the clean paint and the electroplating, I really mean that. Like I think that people are going to be very surprised at that piece.
Yeah, I think it looks great already. So I can only imagine, the stuff that you plan to do with it is going to look even better. So, right. And you're one of those people that will make corrections too. You'll see something that, just like we did with the Darkseid, right? You saw something wasn't working, and like it was almost pretty much done, right? And then you said, no, I don't like the paint, so you had to have the paint redone, right? So
Aiden's not, he's not one.
Listen, I'm gonna personally attest to how many times A+ goes back to revise something on the project to the point where it's pissing me off. It's like, listen,
he's not an good enough kind of person.
Exactly,
not at all.
At all. I mean, he strives for. I'm not just saying that. I've never seen anything like it. It's ridiculous how much he doesn't spare anything at all. He goes back as many times as he can, and he's always finding something that can be improved. And even at the point of release, it's like, man, I wish I had done this, or I wish I had done that. He doesn't spare any energy or effort at all at improving a piece. So that type of dedication, it's obsessive. I'm just gonna be it's completely obsessive, and I've tried to talk him down sometimes and it doesn't work, and I'm glad it doesn't work, because I see the final product and I'm like, oh shit, you were right. I'm glad that it was delayed, because the final product is so much better than what we had prior to all of those revisions that were made. So those are that's one of the reasons why I have so much confidence, because I see his dedication and the obsession behind it. Personally, every day we speak every single day, and we're going over projects every day, and I'm seeing the updates, and I'm seeing the revisions, and I'm from changing sculptors to it's just so much that's going into it, and I've gained such a wealth of knowledge from seeing his process. I really feel privileged to have that peek into how somebody who's really obsessive about their craft conducts themselves. So, and like I said before, I'm not a yes man. I'm not, and he doesn't. I'm not just agreeing with him or riding with him just because we're partnering. Like, this is something where I really saw it from the beginning, and that's what got me to jump on his train.
Jarhead looks like he's falling asleep.
No, I'm reading Vision's comment and falling asleep. No, he says you have to send it to a professional unboxer like Vision. He likes to talk about himself in the third person. So
yeah, who is this Vision guy?
He could have just said me, but he said Vision. So so here's the thing, man. Like, I do think like when you have like a great unboxing, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Vision's unboxing because I think a lot of people are watching it and tuned in, right? And a lot of people from that show was like, "Hey, I want to pick up that statue now." Even when like a lot of the licensed people in the community were trying to hunt that statue down after they saw that, right? And that's great. I always appreciate that kind of stuff. That when that happens, it's like it's better. Like like some of the unboxings I've done were pretty ghetto. It's like, oh, I just have this lighting and this lighting, but it's always appreciative when somebody does a really, really good unboxing and people can see the details and the shit's in 4K, the lighting's really good and everything. Like, it's always a great thing when you can have a great unboxing for a statue.
Oh, yeah,
because when people see like when a statue first comes out and there's shitty pictures of it, it always turns people off. It's always like, oh, that statue's crappy and this and that. But if you can have like an amazing unboxing, it makes the experience of people seeing it that much better, I think.
I've never seen it in person, and when I saw Vision's unboxing, I'm like, bro, I want that dark side. And then
that's crazy that you've never seen it in person.
No, I've never seen it, but I want that piece that he has, that Dio, bro, that bronze one, dude. That is so.
Oh yeah,
I want that so bad.
You mean the XM?
Yeah, because I think you got it from Hexapus. It's like $16.99.
The sale.
Dude, I was like,
hey, fellas, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Are you
it was
good?
a pleasure hopping on with y'all, man. I'll catch y'all later and have a great rest of the
Appreciate
show.
you,
Right?
man.
All right,
Yeah.
no problem. Have a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check on Matt real fast to see if he's alive. Are you here, Matt? You still here? Or you
Yeah, I'm here, man.
I give him the
No, I'm here. I'm just hanging in the back, just chilling. Enjoying the show.
Go ahead.
It's all good, man. What do you think about all the stuff we've been talking about?
Which one?
Well, I mean,
all of it.
You've been quiet. I know you're driving and everything, and I don't know if you heard all the conversation, but if you wanted to jump in and there was a point you wanted to talk about, like in particular that we were talking about,
Yeah, well, I wanted to take a reel back on something. We were talking about the AP. We were talking about the APs. I'm an old school guy, right? So I've been collecting for a minute, and the AP is for me artist proof, which was done pre-production. But I think the confusion also came with. I think now APs are called prototypes. They call them prototypes now instead of APs, right? Or at least that's.
No, APs really don't even have the meaning anymore, bro. It's like basically APs, if anything, are just leftover pieces for spare parts or something like that. They don't really. It's not even an AP. They just call them APs. So a prototype.
Yeah, that's a definitely total different definition of what I've always known it to be from being an old school guy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I knew the AP as an artist proof, which was basically the prototype, which would go to either the art director or the commissioner or whoever first to approve. That's what they're going to do before they actually do the factory run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Yeah,
might
proof
be
of concept.
That actually might be some truth in that, because what they do now is they'll send the first prototype to the commissioner, and then they'll keep the second prototype. So that might be what you're kind of insinuating, that's the AP. I guess maybe that's what the definition is. But
it is. It is, and it's not necessarily with statues either. It's also with artwork or first runs of prints and things like that. And that's why I say they usually send it back to the originator of whoever's producing it to say, hey, is this good? Is this what you want? that kind of thing.
Right.
And usually it's a small number, about 10 or maybe whatever the ES is going to be, 5 to 10% of whatever it is. Usually what it is first. So it's a small run that's done first. to get the approval. And that kind of thing.
They had announced it already, so it was not even a big deal.
Right.
I think when the screenshot is posted, it should just immediately be dropped. Okay, cool, you got it. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah, and I also thought there was going to be some extras done anyway because of broken pieces or parts that something the factory need to replace and something like that anyway. So I think I think that was announced as well too. It's kind of like we're going to do a couple extra, make sure everybody gets theirs in hand, and there'll be a few after because if you got to pull parts or this or that, something they're already done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been sitting here agreeing with everything you guys have been saying. I definitely like that. I'm with you on that Ghost Rider PCS. I think it's probably one of PCS's best pieces they've ever done. And they're not gonna. I don't see how they're gonna top that piece, but that's a fantastic piece.
That piece is so good. I would literally buy that if I had room. I love that.
Yeah.
Piece.
Is that one 1/3?
Yeah.
It's 1/3. It's a pretty penny too.
No, I imagine so.
Man.
So I think every group and every license company has the statue that they're known for, right? Like XM has quite a few, but certain groups have like for instance that custom Omega Red. That's what they're known for. Is that custom Omega Red that everybody loves, right? I think PCS, that's going to be one of their statues that they're known for. Is that Ghost Rider. If the Doom comes out as good as that, they'll probably be known, for that Doom too. But I think there's certain statues that when the groups or the licensed companies do such a great job at it, that they will be known. Like, when you think of XM, right? What do you think of? I think of a bunch of Grail statues. I think, Hulkbuster. You think of, Batman Shogun. You think all of these statues that they made over the years that were so good, right?
Everything.
So
Scorpion. I don't see. That's Scorpion. I am trying to find somebody to top that Scorpion. It's just kind of custom licensed. It doesn't matter, and I just don't think it'll be done.
Matt.
Yes. Okay.
It's coming.
Okay. There you go.
He said, "I'm accepted."
It's coming.
Okay. There we go. I love it. Same thing with Omega Red. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a fantastic Omega Red coming out too, right?
That's about that's the only. I think that's going to be hard to beat that Omega Red.
Yeah. So but I guess with license, there's some other customs that I don't know if you want to mention names, but there's another group that always puts out a lot of nice pieces. Custom group. They've done Iceman. They've got Archangel. They've a couple of Archangels, right?
Yeah.
So they always put out a lot of pieces that are really, really fantastic pieces.
Yeah. That group in particular is well known for their X-Men versus Sentinel line, right? That's what they're known for.
Yep. Yeah.
They got P1 Surfer. That's the best surfer still to date, man, and totally majestic piece.
Yeah, it is. It's a great statue. I don't know if you've seen it in person, but it's awesome.
Yeah, for a long time they were like that level, like the last one.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, like every group or every statue company has come out with at least one or two pieces that they're well known for. So I think until this statue gets topped, I think this is what you're going to be known for is the Dark Side on Throne.
Oh yeah, that's a good starting point. Sure.
It's great to come out the gate with a statue like this on your first try. That goes to show, it shows that there's talent there and that you're able to produce this, So I will say congratulations to you and everybody that was involved in this, and everybody that's getting this. I know a lot of people that this is their first custom piece that they've gotten.
The greatest part. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that this is the first custom piece that they either ordered, pre-ordered, that they're getting in hand or whatever. And the fact that that you have been so communicative and that the statue is getting in everybody's hand. I think that's a great thing for the custom community, because a lot of these licensed guys that are collecting the statue for the first time, this is their first time that dealing with this. So
and getting this piece, like if Prime One put this out, it'd be like $2,000 before shipping, you know, and people got this like at their doorstep for just for less than $2,000, which is just insane.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Vision's in the chat. Isn't this Vision's?
No, this is Battle Cats. This is Battle Cats.
No. I mean, Vision's first custom.
Custom? No, he had that Spider-Man bust.
Yeah, but I think this was his first one he ordered straight from the ground up.
The first time he ordered one.
I think the custom came out. The custom came out actually in the middle between this was being produced, right? While this one was being made, the Spider-Man. I don't know. Anyway,
but I saw a video of this. Like I was telling you, Jar, behind the scenes. When I saw the video, the HD video of this thing did a job so good. And that's not a credit to me, that's a credit to the factory. Like I was just like, I didn't know it looked that good. I was like, oh my god! Like, and it was I think Battle Cat who showed me, and I was like, dude, this thing is incredible. Like the paint, this is nothing. This doesn't even show the how it really looks, and I'm just like, unbelievable. Like I was shocked. I was really shocked. So
it came out great, man. I like I said, I think it's a if this was a licensed statue, I would think that it would be in contention for the licensed statue of the year. So I really do. It's on that level. People say that customs can't compete with licensed stuff. I hear that a lot, but this is proof that we can. So
absolutely, man. Yeah, I think people just say that and they never. The worst part is like when people say that. We've all owned license, right? But a lot of licensed collectors have not owned a custom to even make that assessment. So it's like, can you please buy some? Like, go to the three main groups, not us, but I'm saying the three established groups. Buy a couple pieces, and then you kind of see how that's not true. Like their pieces are tremendous. Yeah. Like you have a lot of those great pieces. Like like you've seen quality from licensed to custom to really make that. You know what I'm saying?
Real fast. Angela was asking a question about who was typing. This guy. This guy was typing, so
you gotta mute that.
Just figured I'd.
I figured out that I needed to mute myself. Thanks for the heads up, guys. I'm over here typing like I'm at work.
That's all I hear. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's a great statue. And congratulations to everybody that has it. Matt, I think is going to do an unboxing of it next week, and then Ramo is going to do one tomorrow, I believe. So. People will see the statue enough, so
I do think that I've been feeling that. I'm like, man, I'm getting burnt out myself. But I always tell people, look, man, any piece you get, be very honest. Nobody needs boasting. Nobody needs I think constructive criticism is always great for anybody because that helps every studio get better. There's always area of opportunity and growth, right? So.
Yeah. Again, just kind of going through Battle Cat's pictures and showing some stuff. I mean, the paint on this, it looks to me like a licensed piece. Like if I wouldn't have known that this was a custom, I would have thought, it was a licensed company made this. So
that picture that you were on a minute ago, that was the closest I've ever been to the eyes. Damn, dude, those look so good.
Yeah, I didn't even know they looked like that.
That's so good, dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the statue. I keep saying new things all the time too, like that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Vision says this is the first order custom. So this is the first custom statue he's ordered, but the Spider-Man was the first one he received. So, but yeah, man, it looks great. if I had at one point thought about ordering this statue too because I was going to start getting into DC, but I've been trying to stay out of other IPs other than X-Men, but it's stuff keeps trying to pull me in, and it's hard. Some of the stuff out there, statues, some great stuff out there. That new Superman that just came out. I ordered that the Sume one.
Oh,
I love that statue. I'm a big heckler, I love statues that are like dioramas. I've always loved a good diorama, man. That's to me that it's an amazing statue. So
now, when you get a diorama, are you looking for quarter scale, or are you looking for a smaller scale so that it still like has that presence but isn't quite so huge?
I don't mind. When I first started collecting and last few years, it was like, oh, I need it in quarter scale. But when I look at certain other statues, like that particular ones in 1/6, to me, it's like I don't need a in quarter scale. That looks great the way it is in 6. Mm-hmm. You know, it's huge. It has a massive footprint. I couldn't imagine it being a quarter scale statue. I mean, can you imagine that statue being quarter scale? How big it would be? It's already 40 inches tall. You know, so same thing with the X-Men, XM Sentinel statue. That I
man, right? I love that thing. Has got to be the size of like a full coffee table.
It's huge. A+ to tell you he had it right. And actually, the one that I have is the one that so a roundabout way I end up acquiring the one that he had. So
lucky.
It's one of those things that, you know, I like statues to be quarter scale, but I don't think they always need to be. Like that kind of statue is so big anyways, like I don't need it to be quarter scale. I can only imagine the sheer size of it, right? If it was quarter scale, like it would be ridiculous. So
how come you never got the Hulkbuster? That would look freaking amazing in your collection.
I did have the Hulkbuster.
Oh, you got rid of it. Oh my god.
There was issues there.
No regrets.
No, I don't know if you guys obviously didn't watch the show when I did the unboxing of it, but I had missing pieces and there was drama and everything with it. So I love the statue and I love seeing it in person. It's an amazing statue. But now when I look at that statue, I see the stuff that was associated with it. It's tainted to me. You know, it's like it drives me crazy when I look at it now. So it's a great statue, man. I loved it, but everybody's commenting now because they know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I had that piece. It was an amazing piece. You know, for a hot minute there. Yeah, you're reading it. For a hot minute, like your collection, I always admired your the way you displayed your collection and everything. And you know, I even told you a while back that I was like, man, I really like that the a lot of your statues that you have, and I would probably buy most of them. So you know, I ended up getting your XM Sentinel piece. So I always thought that was funny.
You should have hit me up at that time, dude. I sold everything. I'm not even kidding, for like 60 to 70% off is what I lost.
Fire sale.
Yeah, dude, I remember when you were going through all that. So,
dude, the V1 I bought for $7,500 and sold it for $3,000.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, you don't know what'll happen in your life and stuff like that. So it wasn't something that you foresaw, which, you know, it is what it is. Have you started collecting again? Have you started buying more statues or?
Yeah, I got the Superman Doomsday Dio from Prime 1, and I have the Athena from Infinity Studio. And I have Angela sent me a little Elektra, a little toy, like a little statue of Elektra. Real cute. It's like a 10 scale. It was nice. It was a nice gift.
Got you.
Yep.
The typing.
Jeez, sorry.
It's pretty loud into the mic.
Yeah, no, I apologize for that. Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, let's get in the pictures, man. I think we kind of wore down this topic. It was a good talk. You know, again, man, like it's this statue in particular shows that what a great custom group can do. So I just want people to keep that in mind. Is this is proof that customs can hang with licensed stuff, man. I just want people to appreciate it as much as I do. At the end of the day, I know.
Thank you. Yeah, awesome.
So, yeah, let's get into pictures.
Oh, we already know VHN's coming. Your favorite.
All right, so this was put up for pre-order a little while ago. I think it's a great Polaris statue. It's kind of on that teetering edge right now of it getting picked up or not. So we'll see. So if you guys are interested in backing this project or interested in picking the statue up, just hit me up and I'll point you in the right direction. But it's a great looking Polaris statue, I think. So, what do you guys think about this statue? Have you guys seen this in the groups?
Yeah, that looks good. I think it looks good. I think it's a piece that's been missing, right? I don't think there's been another quarter scale Polaris, right?
There was one a long time ago that was made that everybody loved.
There's another one out there right now that I think the prototype just got finished.
It's being produced, but for the longest time there was only one on the market that people could get a hold of. So
I have that one.
Yeah. I know so who's saying that? Cylon was saying about the face, but there's one particular head sculpt that I love. Well, I like this one too, and this one. I love the screaming portrait, man.
That's dope.
I think it's a great portrait on there. It's a good rendition. The artist did a really good job on the statue, I think.
This group always tends to put out really high quality stuff too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Standing reputation.
Yeah, they're good. They're one of the only custom groups I buy from.
Yeah, they're one of the good groups out there for sure. So
absolutely.
I like the base where it's like that broken metal and everything. This came out really good. So I hope this gets made. It's great.
I think it'll get made. I know that it's not performing at the rate that it probably would have a few years ago, but I think that's just the status quo right now in general.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those characters that people love too. So I was shocked that it didn't sell. It's not selling as crazy as it could be. I think that I think this is one of those statues though that once people see it produced, I think people are going to try to get in on it because I think it's going to end up being that good. So I love the hair.
Yeah, I like the hair a lot.
I like how it's it goes from dark to light. I don't know if you see that, but it's got that
like an ombre.
gradient, like a gradient paint.
Like to say. Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, this is good. That's my favorite portrait right there. I love that. This was teased. Man, this looks so good. I love the statue.
I think these may be some of the best unmasked portraits that I've seen this Pereira do. Ever.
Is that a Pereira?
Yeah, it's Pereira. Yeah, I think this is probably one of the best Wolverines I've seen him do ever. And he's done a few that I've loved, and I think the head sculpts on this, the sculpt, the musculature on it, it looks great. I love this statue.
Yeah, it's very well done.
Oh, I've never seen that portrait close up like that. It's good.
And he won't have any trouble selling this one.
No, I think he's already have plenty of people that are interested in this.
Like
yeah, it's kind of that patch portrait.
Yeah.
I love the cigar and everything. This is so dope. And then he added this one too not too long ago, with the M60. I think it is old school machine gun. The portraits, man. I think he killed the portraits on this. And I was saying the other day on the show, the hands, man, like sometimes, sometimes that the hands aren't done very well, but this I've seen that it always stands out to me when somebody does hands very well. Like I think that's a really hard thing to do.
I like that. Looks good. Are his claws bone in that one, or is it that looks like bone? Right?
They're bone.
Okay. Yeah, man.
This portrait is dope. I can't wait to see it painted.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is Alicio gonna paint it? You think?
I don't know. I think he's going that route with it from now on because he was going through Titanen for a long time, but she got so backed up, man. Like it's crazy.
Well, Alicio did better, I think, than and quicker, obviously, like you said. But I like what Alicio did when he showed his paint, the time lapse and like the kind of video, like how it went 360 and stuff, and he showed like the process. Like I think that adds a lot of value to it.
Is that the one that did the Silver Samurai versus Wolverine? Yeah, man. That video was really, really good. And like his paint was so good on that statue.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I got that one coming.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I didn't see this close up like this. It looks really cool.
I had that one coming. I got a special friend that's picking mine up from me.
The Silver Samurai?
Yeah, he'll buy it.
Okay. This has a lot of switch outs.
The Gatling gun. I like the Gatling gun a lot. That's cool.
Yeah, I love that unmasked portrait. Easily the best
good.
one that I've seen since he started sculpting Wolverines.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
think
was thinking?
This is the best one he's done.
What if he would have had like the front hand swap out where he's like putting out a cigar or something? Like I was thinking, like you know how like they do that.
He's got one.
But
it's no, he's holding the cigar.
Oh, okay. Kind of like you know how people like he would have his Gatling gun in his shoulder, then the other hand he's like kind of like something from like Escape from New York or something that he would do.
Yeah.
Well, if he did something like that.
Putting a cigarette out on his arm like a
with
badass.
his claw.
No, I was just kidding.
But this is cool. I thought this was a cool touch with the cigar in his hand.
Look at that wrist, dude. You can see the bone in the wrist and everything. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. He had those hands too.
The veins.
Yep.
The hands are very well done.
And there's a metal swap out too, where you can either do metal claws or bone, like stuff like that. Man, there's a lot of different things that you could do with this statue, like swap out wise.
That's crazy. Good.
Yeah, that group rarely spares any expense and gives you like good swap outs. Rarely too many.
I love the hair on this statue.
Yes.
A lot of times you see it like it's just one big thing, but you can look on this as like individual strands, and the way he did it, like it looks like kind of like realistic, kind of. It just looks great.
Yeah, that was one of the things I noticed right away. I'm like, he did the hair strands, and they're all going in different directions, like real hair would. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, this one hasn't gone up for pre-order yet, but I think it's gonna go pretty soon. So.
Oh yeah. That one will get to its minimum numbers needed real fast.
Yeah. This one hasn't gone up for pre-order yet either, but there's a lot of interest in it already. You got the White Queen Emma Frost as the Phoenix Force. This came out well.
Looks great, like really, really good. I think because the old one, the OG, it has similar vibes, but this one I love the attention to detail on the cape.
Yeah,
you have that cape lining. I like the crest on the shoulder pads. The hair is really well done, and I love the base. The overall concept for everything is really, really good.
Yeah, like this. I love this portrait right here.
Yeah, it looks really good.
This one was inspired by Eric Basildua.
Okay.
Okay, who is that?
He's a really talented like cover artist, and he does like some really nice kind of the I don't want to call it like washed out, but like the more muted color like art prints and stuff like that. He did a really nice one of this character.
Yeah, looks good.
Like I love the statue. I do have another White Queen coming. Otherwise, I probably picked this up. But this one, I love it. I don't necessarily need a Phoenix Force Emma Frost, but I think this was like really done really well. So.
And the flesh tones for the paint are going to be much more consistent, from what I understand, with the chest bone and the shoulders, because the staging for the dynamic lighting and the renders like cast some soft shadows on certain spots.
Got you. I see some soft something peeking through there.
Georgia Peach.
But yeah, here's that base that you were talking about earlier. It's good.
Yeah, it looks great. Very simple but effective, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Sometimes, man, that's all you need. Sometimes it's just, a simple base conveys more. Sometimes I think
this is definitely something that'll go in a line, right? Whole line of
yeah,
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he posted a teaser today about the about what else like silhouettes, one of those silhouette shots, just to keep people excited.
I know I'm getting this piece. I fucking love this piece a lot. It's great. I love
and then you got the one with the wings.
Yeah.
And the sculptor who did this, I believe he's going to be doing the entire line. So he's gonna.
I like how the wings are kind of wrapping around her. You know, that's cool.
Like it's almost protecting her in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's really
cool. Yeah, this is good. But yeah, so you got that one. Again, if anybody's interested in this, just hit me up and I'll point you in the right direction. This was teased. Valhan, amazing sculptor, man. I hope he gets more involved, but in different projects. But every time I turn around, this guy's making something new, and it always looks great. So
the only thing that I don't like here, and I know that it's just me probably being nitpicky because it's totally like that in the comics, is the hair, the back of the hair.
That's what
I'm not. I would rather it look more natural than
natural
comic accurate. Yeah, well, you've got all of this like superb texture in the sand, and you've got all these really rich surface details, and so then when you get up to the hair, it's just kind of it just falls apart a little bit.
Looks like a volleyball.
Yeah, very much Wilson.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, man, I think this is so far when I say this, it looks good, man.
Yeah, it looks promising.
If I was a Spider-Man fan, I would be super hyped for this statue already. So
this guy, Valhan, he's getting better and better. I will say that. I've talked to him many times in the past, and he's gotten better. Like that Luke Cage was a good sculpt. This is a good
Dark
sculpt.
Beast.
Yeah, he's made some great stuff, man. The forge that he made, I got coming. There's a lot of pieces that he's made so far, and he's, like I said, he hasn't been out very long, but like every couple of weeks, he seems like he's coming out with something new. So
he puts a lot of hours in, though. That's the one thing that people don't know is like when I talk to him, he's like sometimes he'll go 16, 18 hours. Like I'm not even kidding. He's like doesn't sleep. The guy's
he's hungry, man. He is hungry.
He's putting in the hours. People say, "Oh, it's fast." It is fast. He's not going to go like crazy details and stuff like. But he's gonna put in the work. He puts in a lot of hours and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
it shows, man. Because I, like you said, I think I feel like he's getting better and better.
He is, yeah, for sure.
Luke says, the hair looks weird. Hopefully the base isn't too big. He doesn't really do very big bases, so.
Yeah. It looks like it should maintain a pretty steady footprint from.
I think I think it'll be as wide as you see it here. So
yeah,
I like this a lot more than any of the other Sandmans that I've seen as far as the silhouette.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. That's like it'll read immediately from across the room as Sandman.
The fact that it's not one big blob of sand and like there's like breakup, like you can see the breaks in the sand, like you would see, like if you actually saw sand doing this, you can imagine it doing that, right? Like instead of just being one big mound of sand, you see the break in it and everything.
It captures a sense of movement.
Yeah.
The other thing that some people should know is that VHN art directs a lot of his own stuff. So what you're seeing is probably 75% from him.
Yeah.
So he designed, like, he's an artist too, so he has an ability to design. Like, he's really good with stuff like that.
That was one of the things that, when me and D3 were talking about it the other day was, there's very few artists out there that can, they can do the art, but Valheim's able to do the artistic planning part of it, kind of like the direction, himself. And that saying ain't not like artists can't do it, but to this degree, to where he's making something like outstanding every single time by himself, like that goes to show you the talent he has.
Yeah, I like the Shadow King he did too. That thing was freaking insane.
Oh man, that's one of the statues I gotta pick up.
And Legion's gonna go.
I've got
amazing. Legion is amazing.
I've got that on pre-order too.
Yeah, man, you gotta have a wall of.
So it is. Yeah, just Valheim stuff. I'll have like it'll my statues will be either Valheim or Franco stuff now. So
just save room for that samurai die.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Excellent Exclusive says I'm getting his Forge, Shadow King, Legion, and Lady Desterac. He's on fire.
Bro, you got to just change your channel to Valheim producer.
Yeah.
I've had him on before. He's really cool. Cool. Yeah. I think last year I had him on. He's I'll probably get him on again soon. So.
Yeah. It's great.
Speaking of Franco, here's another one of his bangers that he's done. Yeah, Archangel, man. I think this is probably one of the best Archangels out there. There's one that I've got coming where it's more museum. That's great, but I'm thinking about picking this up too because it's so good, man.
I think both would be good, right? Side by side or something.
Yeah. Well, I got a whole X-Men versus Sentinel line that I've got coming. And then I'm gonna have that surround the X-Men Sentinel, the XM Sentinel. So.
Oh god, it's gonna look good. I want to see that one you got, the Cyclops with the big Sentinel head. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, that one's shipping right now, so I should be getting that probably in a week or two.
Is that gonna be a kit, or are you gonna have it painted?
It's already painted.
Like, is it pro painted or factory?
It's factory painted, but they did a really good job, I think. So.
Right. Dude.
Yeah, this came out really good, man. This is probably one of the best Archangels out there, man, that I've seen.
Look at the finger gestures, right? Just simple things like that really makes a difference on a statue.
Yeah, for sure. Like the wrinkles on the palm of the hand, like that's attention to detail,
Yeah.
And I didn't care for it when I first saw it, but now that I see it in the grays and the what you call it, what's it called when clay render? This looks so good, man.
Dude, that's crazy. I haven't seen this angle before. I didn't look at all the photos. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
That's great looking, man.
And it's cool because it's mostly vertical. It's not horizontal. It's like a lot of it's vertical, so I think that's really cool.
Damn, that's nice. That's a beautiful piece.
And then you got the death portrait, death mask.
Look at that pose, though, man. It's like, you know what I love about this pose? It's like something out of like a Boris painting, because Boris is like my favorite painter of all time. It just feels like something out of like fantasy art, like the way his pose is, and it's real majestic, but yet powerful. Like, I just love that.
Yeah. And then like the way this group does their statues, they do them bigger, so it's got that 1.135 or whatever, like in between size of like quarter scale and third. These statues have so much, like, I hate to say it, but presence, right? Like your eyes go right to them, you know, because they had like they're sculpted amazingly and painted really well, and like they're just huge. So
he has 4 wings or what? What is that?
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, he's always had that in the comics too.
Oh, okay. I'm not as savvy on this character, but yeah, that's
yeah. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Man.
Did you get the Wolverine? The Wolverine versus Sentinel?
Sentinel? Yeah, I got it.
That one's really cool, right? I think
the Bishop. The Bishop, I'm really looking forward to. I think that one's shipping soon too.
Yeah, it's more dynamic, right? He's like
he's got that big gun. Oh, he's got 2 guns.
You're gonna have a damn good setup with all these pieces, dude.
Yeah. So how I'm setting it up is kind of like it's in my dining room. I don't have a dining room table, so I'm just gonna have these pieces in there, and the Sentinel piece is gonna be in the middle, the X-Men Sentinel piece, and these pieces are gonna be wrapped around it. On my X-Men versus Sentinel. So I've got the Gambit versus Sentinel, Wolverine versus Sentinel, Bishop versus Sentinel. Those are going to be one group of them, and then I have a second layer of like Colossus and like a couple other statues, and then on the other end is going to be these ones because there's like they're coming out in like different stages. So this one's next in the next stage, because if you look at them, right, one's a hand, one's a right hand, one's a left hand, and one's a head. He keeps doing that. So he did that with the last 3 sets, set of 3, and then this one's gonna have Archangel and Storm on the other hand, and then Phoenix is gonna be out of the head of the Sentinel. So, and that'll be the last, I think, of the series that he's doing. So,
don't you think they should do different? Like, I know it sounds corny, but like maybe like the arc reactor or the feet or something like that would be cool if they did other parts.
They did do that, but I don't think it came out as well. They did the arc reactor thingy. Beast was on that one, and that was like the one that everybody didn't like. And then there was one a long time ago that Jubilee. It was a big foot. I think Mr. X has it. It was a big foot, and people were making fun of it because it's just a foot, you know. And she's like standing on the foot. So I think people would love other parts, but I don't think they would come off as well. If that makes sense. Like, I don't think like you can have a shoulder, you know, like an elbow,
right?
Like, right. You know, so
everybody, all the joints.
But yeah, I think these are going to be the last 3 of that series. So, but yeah, this came out really, really good. I love it.
What do you think, Alex, on this?
I like it. It's there's a certain element of his build that feels just slightly too athletic to me, and not like just a little bit too lean. But overall, I really like it. The only thing that's kind of odd, and I think it's just because I've been following this line for a while, is that there's a lack of like textural detail in some of the paneling that Franco has typically done in the past. But I like the smooth look too, because I think he captures the stretching fabric across the muscles. If you look at like the insides of his thighs and everything, where it's coming up to his hips. So yeah, I mean, like I really like it. It's way too much statue for me personally, but I've been a big fan of this line since the very beginning.
So speaking of, or bringing back up art direction from earlier, I don't know if you guys know about this group. Like, so this group was like one of like the major custom groups out there a long time. They had like their statues were selling out before they even made like the renders of them. They would just show an art thing and it was set out instantly, right? This group was really well known. The original commissioner of this group was like the art director, right? And it changed hands. Like there's a new owner of the group and everything, and the art direction's been a little bit different. So you can tell the difference of like the older set that they did and this set. But I will say because this set is so much newer, I think the paint is better on them. I think a lot of the detail and the overall, like, so a lot of those older ones, they went crazy with it, right? Like Iceman, like it was this big bombastic statue. It's the same thing with Cyclops. There were like a lot of crazy stuff they were doing.
Yeah, almost impossible engineering.
Yeah, these ones, not to that point, but I think the detail, the paint, everything, I think overall these are better statues than those were, just because of the concepts. Newness in the technology. Yeah, well, not just the concepts, but like what they're able to do now versus back then, like with the paint and everything, like the production and everything. I think the production and everything is way better. Like you can look at these and say, man, look at the detail compared to the old ones. Like I've seen a lot of the old ones in person, and I think a lot of these blow those ones out of the water. So, but the overall concept of the older ones were just better. I think they were ahead of their time. I think they were doing things that nobody else was doing at the time, and I think that was a lot of what people loved about those statues was they were just crazy, right? And I still think these statues are better, just in a different kind of way than the overall, bombastic statues that they had come out with in the past. So
I'm surprised.
I know that for me, I had never heard Franco's name until I started seeing these sculpts, and then after that, I was I was always following his stuff.
Yeah, my very first statue ever was a custom Franco piece. Was a Weapon X running through snow, and that was my very first piece. Yeah, where he's running. Yeah. And man, so I'm very like, when I get into something, I get obsessive about it, and I hate it. Sometimes it gets bad, like electronics or any kind of things that I'm into, like any other hobbies. I get like to the point where I've got to know more about it than other people. Like it's weird. Like I get like totally zoned in on it, and this wasn't no different. Like before I even bought my first statue, I was doing research and doing like watching the shows like years before I even bought my first statue. I was really into the custom community. I wasn't posting or anything or doing, but I was doing a lot of research and finding exactly what I wanted, that was out there. And that's how I stumbled upon the customs. And that's kind of where I ended up because of that. So
I'm surprised you don't have the Iceman and the Jeez, man,
there was a guy selling it not too long ago. I almost picked it up. I still might. I've been thinking about it, but he doesn't want to ship it, so I might fly to get it. So, but if I fly to get it, I have to drive back, huh?
How far is that to drive?
It's Michigan-ish area, like up north. So, and I'm in Texas.
Yeah, that's 15 hours.
So, I mean, I'm used to driving, so it's not a really big deal for me.
I was gonna say it's worth it, dude. If you can get a good deal, you gotta have.
Yeah.
Right now, buddy.
What'd you say, Matt?
I said I'm headed to Michigan right now.
Oh, really? Wow. Pick it up for me.
Yeah, he'll get it for you. You can be his mule.
Of course, I think if Matt picks up that statue for me, I don't think I'll ever see it because Matt run away with it.
I had to set it up just to check it for you.
Because I know Matt loves that statue too. So
I sure do.
I always like the Mac one too, the Andre Yamaguchi from back in the day around that same period of time when they were still going strong. I like that one on Form Factor. Yeah, the Iceman that they did. I thought that one was nice.
Yeah, I think it's about time for somebody else to make a really good Iceman statue. I know there's another custom group working on an Iceman statue right now, and then I think Sideshow's working on one right now too. But they've kind of hinted on one of our shows that they were working on one. But hopefully we see one from them. I would love to have a really cool Iceman statue.
Yeah.
See here. Cylon's asking, do you think this would have worked in quarter scale? It's a bit too big for my liking. Yeah, it would have worked for sure. But a lot of people with this lines, people that collect this in this group, they know that their statues are bigger. There's a lot of those collectors out there that, again, like I said, when these were coming out, when they were hot off the presses, man, these statues would sell out before they even showed the sculpt on them. They would just show the art of a character, say, okay, we're doing Iceman next, and they would just show Iceman. That was it, just the art, like an art picture of Iceman, and it would sell out instantly. Like within that same like hour, it would sell out.
That was back when you couldn't even get in because they didn't need new people in there, because the second that they would put something up, it would be gone.
This group was the hardest custom group to get in.
It was pay to play.
Yeah, they have like 2 or 3 other groups, and you had to go through those groups before you even got into this group, and you would probably have to buy several pieces or to get into this group. It was really hard. It was 2
in my case.
Yeah, and the commissioner, the commissioner would ask you all kinds of questions. It was hard to get in this group.
Yeah, and I was dealing with the old guy, so like he was just like, "Well, you know what you got to do if you want to get in," and I was just like,
"Yeah." But, nowadays that won't work. That's not going to work these days.
Hell no. And then the prices from back then, I mean, they were charging what, like 2,000 euros per piece. It was big money.
They still charge. That group charges. Their pieces aren't cheap. So
they're exorbitant.
I will say they're one of the more expensive custom groups out there. But again, it's their bigger pieces, and when I look at this, I'm like, man, that's my Archangel. I can see that's like being happy with that Archangel for however long I've done collecting. Yeah. So, but yeah, this came out good. Every once in a while, I'll show some custom anime stuff. Dante posts a lot in our group, so every once in a while I'll post some of his stuff, or I'll show some of his stuff, just to kind of shake it up a little bit and do different things. I know there's people in the community that collect, anime pieces too. So,
you know what else? I've been seeing a lot of anime stuff that I'm like, bro, this stuff is amazeballs. Like,
yeah, a lot of their stuff's crazy. Like prime example, right? That Superman statue I was talking about earlier, Sume. Mm-hmm. They put their anime touch on that statue, and you can totally tell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can totally tell, and it looks to me. I love that statue. I can't wait to get it one day. I'm fighting the urge. I'm fighting the urge to pick it up because I already know how I am. I'm like, okay, after I get that one, I need another one. I need so I'm trying to fight it.
You know what though? If it would serve them well to do the Trinity in that style, right? That'd be pretty dope. Like each one of them being.
Yeah, I would. It wouldn't shock me if they do. They did do Batman already, and that one's pretty dope. They did Batman, so I was gonna actually do a whole show dedicated to that series because they've got Superman, they've got the Batman, they've got Joker, and they've got Harley. And Harley has moving parts, like her there's like a Ferris wheel that moves around. There's Joker's eyes move, like it's crazy. Yeah, they did some crazy stuff with that statue. So
yeah, these are cool pieces though, man. I think if you go down this rabbit hole, it's like it's endless, right? There's so many good pieces in this IP.
That's why I can't dip my toes into anime.
In Dragon Ball in particular, man, like they come out with a new Dragon Ball Z statue like almost every other day, man. Like bangers, like crazy good statues.
Yeah, and the engineering on them is just wild.
It's like that. I love
that.
I love that, dude. That's just crazy.
Like that Figurama Vampire Hunter D on the horse. Like I loved that piece. Oh my, because it's not even like based off the anime. It's based off of the original artwork.
Did you see the new one they're coming out with? The new. There's another one. Yeah, there's another one they've got coming. I think it's a custom group doing it. And it looks badass too.
Like he's on a horse. Jubei, he's on a horse too. Ninja Scroll. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to show some of Dante stuff off because he posts a lot in the group. If you guys are ever interested in this stuff, Dante's got a website. And you just click on it, and it'll take you directly to his stuff. So, look at this.
Damn,
I know, man.
Is that my? From like
Right,
King of
sure,
Fighters,
dude.
or is that somebody else?
I have no idea, man. I
I
just
don't
thought this
think
was
that's
crazy.
mine. Is it? Is that mine? Oh,
I just can't see because her outfit is buried behind the
But
Yeah.
behind
the
the
craziest
dragon.
thing is who came up with this concept? Their mind's got to be like a freaking hurricane. You know,
Yeah.
like that's like Kachark level, the Kachark brother level concept. That's like crazy.
Like
Great.
some other stuff, like you said, like it's just nuts, man. Like when you look at it, like I know some people don't like the busy statues, like they just want a simple character. But when I look at this, I'm like, man, that's a work of art. Like that looks
Right. That's
crazy.
cool. Yeah. That's
When I can't take my eyes off a statue and I see different things all like constantly, like I love that.
Yeah, but like for me, I can't take my eyes off of it because I keep trying to figure out what's going on here or what's going on here. And that's really the only thing that bugs me a little bit. I just wish that I could see her more.
Yeah. Silhouette.
Yeah, like it just I don't like the way that the dragon overlaps and crosses over.
I think it's good for what it is.
I think it is.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it is
no,
a
it's
One-
cool.
I think this is a One Piece character too because I recognize that clown or whatever
That's right.
this right here.
Yeah.
But she's doing splits. I don't know if y'all see that.
Oh shit! I didn't even know.
Her legs up here.
I was trying to. Yeah, that's why I was that. Okay, that
her
makes more sense
foot's
now.
up here, and her other foot's down here.
I wonder what the concept artist was thinking on this one. Jesus.
Go.
And her hands are right here. Like she's doing the splits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's really cool, man. It's
Yeah.
Every time I
so-
see one of those like statue horror stories, it's like always anime pieces just like shattered on the floor.
It's because they have a lot of earthquakes out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Boa Hancock. That's the name of that character. Is what Jojo Valdez said.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that character.
I like the cell shade paint on that one on the right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Again, the concepts they come up with, man. This is a. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah, if you ever go on ArtStation, you see a lot of concept artists with a lot of anime stuff, and these people, the way their designs are just mind blowing, man. It's really good.
So
I
like, I love this detail that they did with the base, where
I
it's
was
like
just gonna say
like that bit, but it's got that red tint to it at the bottom of it. Like,
And the liquid. Look at the green. Look at it. It looks like real water or real.
yeah,
Yeah. Love that.
yeah, this is dope. The bus stand too. I like the way that's painted.
Yeah, it's really clean.
Yes.
It almost looks like it's got like a mica finish on it.
I like that a lot, actually. The bus stand. I really like
Yeah,
that.
this is good. Again, if you guys are interested in it, Dante posts all the time in our group. He posts links. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, just click on the link and you'll get taken there. So
Yeah, that's great.
so this is all of them together. He does a lot of live shows too. Like he'll show off the stuff. And they're also doing Marvel stuff too. So they did a Cyclops.
Okay, yeah. And you got a little bit of MVC vibe, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the video
Right.
game.
It looks good though for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
silhouette's good.
And they're super, like I won't say cheap, but they're way cheaper than statues that we buy. You know, like this is like
Priced to
think-
sell.
yeah. I think it's like $400 or $500. I think
Oh,
shipped.
But this is great for the purists. You know, people just don't want any kind of like
detail.
modernization.
Yeah,
That's great. Actually, I think it looks good. Believe it or not.
yeah. I like the little trail of smoke.
Yeah, I wonder what the whole line would look like this. I actually like that.
Well, and if you go chasing down those older MVC pieces, you could still run into some of them that still fetch a fairly decent market price.
You get a lot of feedback.
Yeah,
There we go.
and Magneto, tons of swap outs. Again, they're not like the most detailed, these ones, but for the price that you can pick this up for, it's crazy.
Oh, so that's the same? The same.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all the swap outs. That's
Some
crazy.
nice metallic purples and reds there too.
Yeah, he again he did a video, like a live for this. So if you guys are interested in wanting to see any of this stuff, he did a live video on his channel. He has like a YouTube, Facebook thing. So if y'all want to look at it, y'all are more welcome to go on his channel or whatever. So he's got a Wolverine that he's doing.
Okay.
Okay, I saw that one before, I think.
Not a lot of detail to it, but the pose and everything I dig.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, I mean, if you slap like some washes like reds and different stuff, even on the base skin tones that are already there, you could really lift the sculpt.
I was actually thinking about picking the statue up and having it repainted because the sculpt's there.
Yeah, it's absolutely there.
The sculpt is there. I just think it needs a better paint job.
The flesh tones, yeah, it's almost purely just the flesh tones. Maybe the metallics on the shoulder.
I was gonna say I like this. I like the pose a lot. Actually.
Yeah, I love the pose actually. It's not expensive again. It's like I think $400 or $500 shipped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
shipped. Wow.
Yeah, shipped.
Okay.
Definitely. What scale is this? Quarter
scale, but it looks bigger to me. I think it's actually a little bigger.
So that's what I was thinking.
I mean, if that's the CO Magneto on Throne that's right next to it in that picture, then yeah. I mean, he looks just as big, if not maybe the same size as Magneto, or a little bit bigger.
I think this is like that. Even the Cyclops is big to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, compared to the guy behind too.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at compared
unless
to the guy.
Unless the guy's underscaled.
Well, doesn't some of the anime, like quarter scale anime or like quarter or like 6 scale anime pieces, aren't they a little bit different than like how we usually do, like with like the pop culture
sometimes
pieces?
Yeah, sometimes they don't do it like that. They'll have like S, they'll have like S or S plus. Like I don't know what they'll stand for, but I've seen them enough to know that they have like a weird kind of scale for them sometimes. So
okay.
That's cool.
But
this is also good for collectors that don't want to spend an arm and a leg. They just want to enjoy the characters,
Yeah, that's basically what they said too. They, this is kind of a series that they're doing that's not like super detailed, but it's also not expensive. They're doing a blob too, which is like a gigantic piece. I think they're doing $600 for that one shipped. It's a huge piece. Yeah. So here's Valhan's work again. We were talking about this earlier. Is Luke Cage. I think this is probably one of the best. Oh yeah, great.
This is like, what it reminds me of for whatever reason, like a Albero sculpt on the arms, especially. Like,
yeah.
One thing that VHN has gotten better on is his anatomy work. He's always been pretty good at that, but you could see like he's really hit those next level smaller muscle areas. Like it's just really, really good. It's the stretch shirt, I love that. Dude, that's cool. The material on the jeans is really good. Like this is a solid piece. I just think that maybe giving him a little bit more kinetic energy would have added a lot more to this, but this is a cool piece, man. The minute I saw this, like that one right there, I like that.
Yeah, it's got a really nice presence there.
I was like, okay, VHN, he's okay. He's doing some shit now. That's great. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's cool, man.
Nice small form factor.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he does with his statues, though. He pretty much does, that museum small form factor type of statue. So.
Yeah. And the one thing that he did on this, that you guys didn't point out yet, but there was a time when a lot of his portraits very similar. He's starting to really focus on changing the forms of the faces on a lot of these newer projects, and that's really.
I will say one thing. So the show, I think it was last week or the week before, where I had Raphael's like I do like a artist like appreciation type show, and I did Raphael's. And I was going through a lot of his stuff, and I was noticing he even said it in the group chat. He sculpts fresh sculpture for statues, like so. For instance, like Franco, I see his Wolverine looks the same, across no matter what he's doing, his Wolverine looks like a Frank. Like I can look at it and say that's Franco's Wolverine. Yeah, I can tell right away. Raphael, I can't tell that. His sculpting changes. I don't know if you guys have ever looked through some of his stuff, but his sculptures have changed to where it's like I can't tell if it's like sometimes I can like the overall like the big muscularness on like Wolverine. I can tell that's Raphael. But sometimes a lot of his stuff like he changes it up to the point where you can't even tell it's him sculpting it. It's crazy.
The only thing that Albero does is he makes the legs a little bit long on his stuff. That's where I kind of tell. And then the arms, like you said, there's certain like that's why I said these arms look like Albero's arms. Albero does this right here where you do the smaller muscle groups and they're very evident. That's something that a lot of other sculptors do not do, and that's what here.
He really squeezed into those jeans.
Remember Bugle Boy jeans back in the day?
Oh man, yeah.
Are those Bugle Boy jeans?
Dang, and you can see, look at that little the squeeze between his shoulder blades and everything.
Yeah, this looks great. That was my only little critique I'd have for it was the jeans look like they're stretchy jeans a little bit maybe, and that's just because of the tightness around the knees. I think if they were just loosened up around the knees, I think it would loosen the jeans up some. You know what I mean?
Go back to that one side by side where the back.
A lot of feedback. You get a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it was Matt. It was echoing back through Matt when I think he's on mute now. I think it was like two more to the right. Yeah. So what Aiden was talking about, look at this between the two different torsos. Because of the arm position, you've got different compression in the back muscles.
Yeah.
That's really impressive there.
It's good attention to detail, right? I mean, that's small little things like that. No, it's just really good. It's really good. I think honestly, this is one of my favorite sculpts of it. Is this right here?
Yeah, he's
there's no frills.
He's on my top list, man. He's like top 5 of my favorite sculptors right at the moment. So
it's really good. This should sell a lot. I mean, I would think that we don't see a lot of Luke Cages, and as good as this is, I would think this would sell. It's going to be a low price. So I would think this would sell 50 to 60. I mean, it's that good in my opinion.
Yeah, I lately for some reason there's been a few Luke Cages, but I think this is probably the best one that has come out. So
kind of looks like that portrait's like a young Terry Crews. Terry Crews, right?
Crews, yeah.
I think there was one in there that looked like him. Maybe
this actually reminds me of from the Defender show. The actual actor in the TV show kind of looks like him a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Sweet Christmas.
yeah. That's maybe
yeah. This is great. Vaughn again. He hits it out of the park almost every time. I haven't seen very many things of his that I don't like. So
he's a hard worker. When you know somebody and you know firsthand how somebody works, the effort, it's the style may be not for everybody or whatever, but his effort is there. Like the guy works harder than just about any sculptor I've ever worked with. So that says a lot,
Yeah. So and then the last picture of the night, there's a group doing a Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I'm really interested in this piece. I've kind of messed with the picture of it earlier to highlight it because you can because it's shade. It's like
I was gonna say you did some magic to this one.
No. I didn't do anything right for this picture, but I've seen it unshaded and it looks pretty good so far.
Okay.
So, like you can actually go in and save the picture and edit it and make it light and make it lighter if you wanted to. But yeah. So, but I'm really interested in this. So, big X-Men guy. So,
it'll be great. I know the Avalanche is probably my favorite concept of the three. It looks so good. It reminds me a lot of the Iceman, LL Iceman. It's really cool.
Okay, yeah, I can see this. The
pose.
Yeah, the pose. Yeah.
Really.
For some reason, there's a lot of blobs being made right now. So,
that is weird.
Yeah, that other group that I was showing you earlier with the Cyclops and Wolverine, they're making a blob. So it's just crazy.
So did SDZ? I know that you don't like to mention, but
SDZ. They mention their names all the time. So like, as long as the group puts themselves out there, I'll mention their names.
Yeah.
If it's one of those groups that that don't, then I'll refrain. But that group that the Blob is coming out is SDZ.
But remember that picture we saw floating around where you see Blob with all the food on the? Is that SDZ's?
Yes, SDZ. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's what I thought.
Wait, they're doing him with a bunch of food?
Yeah, there's so they did a video I think last week or the week before. They showed the Blob, and there was fast food on the base of it, which is kind of corny. The statue looked decent. The head sculpt was great. But they put food on the base of it, which is
it was weird.
It is what it is. But
I mean, I think I can look at him and know that's a hungry dude.
Yeah. So there's that Blob, SDZ's Blob. There's this Blob. There's another group that's going to be working on the same one that came out with the custom Mr. Sinister not too long ago. They're making a Blob.
Who did that one, man? I need to find that out. Yeah, ping me.
He's doing a whole Brotherhood of the Mutants type thing. So
doing that too. Wow. That's great.
Yeah. I love that Sinister. That I would like. It looks like the definitive Mr. Sinister.
Yeah. So they're doing a Blob. So I think that's three Blobs right now.
Yeah. 1, 2. That sounds right.
No, that's 4.
Oh shit.
4 Blobs.
Didn't somebody say Sideshow's going to do one?
Yeah, that'll be 5 if Sideshow does one.
Jeez.
So,
that's
so
crazy.
yeah. So the one that X-Men Exclusives did an unboxing of, that's one. There's SDZ. There's this one. There's the one that did the Mr. Sinister, and if Sideshow does one, that'll be 5.
Damn.
The one that your boy, the one we just mentioned, that
X-Men Exclusives.
Yeah, it's the best one so far. I like that one a lot. Actually, they did a good job on it.
I do and I don't. I like that statue, but I just don't like the stance where it's kind of like that sumo wrestler kind of stance to it. I don't care if the one that I really like so far that I've seen pictures of was the one from did the Mr. Sinister recently. Yeah. They have him where he's kind of doing a laugh, he's holding his belly and he's kind of laughing up in the air with a big chuckle. I like that pose a lot. And they kind of have a few switch outs for him, so I like that one. But man, I'm looking forward to this too because it's the bases are going to be joining and everything. I'm really looking forward to this too. So,
well, the base I'm going to tell you it's being designed by the commissioner for this, and the artist is a pro artist, and he is helping him design it. And when I say it looks great, I don't know if he showed you, but I love the idea of what they're doing to the base, and I like the pose on this a lot. So, So I'm really looking forward to this. I dig the poses already. Like I said, I've already clicked on the picture and lightened it up a little bit, so I can kind of see what they're doing. So it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's it for pictures. Good stuff.
Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Again, congratulations on your statue, man. I just wanted to talk about it because there was a lot of buzz behind it, and whether or not you would be able to, what is the saying? Lightning doesn't strike twice, or whatever. If you could, So, but it is what it is. People automatically go to that, right? They always go, well, they're not gonna be able to top that. Well, XM did it over and over. XM did it over and over again, right, for years. So, to the point where they were known for that. So, I think as long as you're able to do that once, that should show the community that you guys are able to do that, and to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that should show them that you can do an amazing statue. So there's proof of it right there. So,
well, the one thing that is important to know, and I don't know if you've ever heard Jay say it, I think it was on Godlike, I heard him say it, he has another job or he owns another business, like a restaurant, but he actually never sleeps either. He goes and does his statue stuff. He's obsessed with it. So it takes a certain person a lot of people can have ideas and be creative, but you got like you know how you said you're obsessed with stuff when you get involved. Well, that's that's how I am. Like, dude, I don't sleep sometimes. You know, the factory's waking me up at 3-4 in the morning. You know, artists, you have to have no life to be able to make something like this work. You know, so
there's no doing it halfway. Absolutely,
no, you can't. You could be a commissioner, like good, but to really, really push the envelope, you got to have no life, man. You got to have work for yourself, no kids, and it's just a different beast altogether. You know,
I don't know if that's called like obsessive compulsive like disorder or what it is, but I have it too when like I'm really interested in something, like I get really obsessive about it, and it's a problem sometimes, you know, because I'll sit there for hours researching stuff. I really will. Like if I walk into a Best Buy and somebody comes up to me and asks me, "Can they help me?" I'm like, "Nope." You really can't. I know more than you.
I hate going shopping. I knew what I wanted the second I came through that door.
Bro, I've went to Best Buy before and helped people in Best Buy like pick out TVs. I'm like, hey, no, you don't want that. You want this one, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've done that before, bro.
This fucking guy goes to the Verizon selling the reps the cell phones.
So I just walk because I've gotten better about it, but I used to just walk into Best Buy, not in the intention of buying anything, just to walk around and look at stuff. Like
every Tuesday when new movies would come out, I used to do that back when you still bought physical media.
Yeah, like I love that kind of stuff. I used to do that stuff with like comic book stores and Comic Book Day or stuff like that. Like you know, you'd walk in there and kind of just hang out, you know. And I've always been that way. I've always kind of just like if I love something like that, I'll walk into that store and just kind of just peruse, you know, just not necessarily going there to buy anything, but I'll just walk around. My kids used to hate it. I used to bring them in there too, and we just walk around, and they just be like, "Dad, again?" I'm like, "Yeah, go play with the video games or something," you know. So they used to hate that when they were little. So,
are you ever gonna paint that room, or what do you plan on doing anything in that room there with your statues, or
what? This room?
Yeah.
No, this is a hotel, bro.
That's what I thought. I was like, it looks like a hotel painting.
Yeah, this is a hotel room.
Oh, okay. You can paint that. It's all good.
It's like that room is immaculate.
Bring your statues back over there.
Well, right now, the place I stay at it's a rental, so I'm not going to be painting anything. I'm going to do what I can with what I have. So because like I said, I rent right now, so you know. It's not my forever home, but it's going to be there for a few years at least. So, but yeah, let's get out of here. I appreciate you guys hopping on as always. Appreciate the guys in the chat as always. It's fun. You guys should come on more often. You guys are always invited.
Oh, we will.
I'd love to. I promise to mute myself better next time when I start typing.
Yeah, everybody in the chat was like, stop. Yeah. So like, and I know some people listen to their stuff loud too. So I can only imagine, like, you know, people were just like,
dude, when this phone went off, I thought it was like lightning striking. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. So, but
I had my phone on mute too.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Let's get out of here.
All right, bro.
Take it easy, everybody.
All right,
bye, guys. Have a good night.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. That is good.